It's Rita. She's escaped and she's attacking the planet.
Ay, what do we do?
Teleport to us 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
No, not that. Not teenagers.
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword!
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
Power Rangers are next.
We are back. Oops. Don't worry, it's no corona. No corona, everybody. Just calm down. Calm down. Just phlegm. Just phlegm. We're good. How's it going, everybody? And we are back for Power Ranger Stream number 3. And we are getting in this. There's more to talk about with Power Rangers than one would think. And it's not news. It's just talking about it in general. And with me today is my guest, U.S. Dutch Kitty. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Evening, everybody. I am putting on makeup right now, so that's why you can't see me on camera. But I will be with you momentarily. And yes, finally, we're talking about something that I have loved since 1993?
Yep.
But yeah, I'm so glad to be here. And just let's talk about something happy. Let's talk about something from a lot of our childhoods, even if you weren't there for the original, premiere and stuff. But it's been around for what, 27
years.
27 years. Oh my gosh, we both feel old.
It came out a year before I was born.
Oh my goodness. See, I was about 9 when it came out. And I still remember what I was doing when I was watching it and realizing I became a fan. I put down my cereal and just watched and just was enamored by it. And I've been a fan since, just ever since Mighty Morphin.
And that's what it does to you. And then you get older and realize there's Super Sentai and there's like 20 seasons before the Mighty Morphin run technically would have come. So
I know. And even then, it's, when you go into, reading, even on Ranger Wiki, which is a great site for if you never watched Power Rangers or anything, if you want to at least know about the seasons and stuff like that, there's Ranger Wiki, and they also do Super Sentai Wiki. And so reading their seasons before, if they do adapt them or not, they're bonkers.
Very true. How far did you watch into the Power Ranger seasons?
Let me see. Ever since MMPR, I dipped out a little bit because of high school, oh my gosh, that's a kid's thing,
Right.
But I remember, let me see, Ninja Storm, what was it? Was Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder or Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm?
Ninja Storm first.
Ninja Storm first. So I think it was after Dino Thunder, I'm not sure, but when Mystic Force premiered, oh my gosh, because I watched the Super Sentai of that and I loved it. So I was like, okay, let's see how they're going to adapt it. And okay, they went a totally different direction than the family of 5 kids in the Sentai. But overall, I still love it. Not a lot of people like, Mystic Force, but I do, especially the concept of the Rangers turn into Zords.
Right. That was a strange turn, but interesting. It was different. So, I mean, that's something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that's just, the different kind of directions they would pull from of, Kyra, what was it? Yes, I know, Wendy. There's just so many different things of like SPD with, being law enforcement, all that.
From the future.
From the future. And just the different themes. I mean, especially the Super Sentai that's going on right now. Now they're doing like vehicle gemstones in the Super Sentai.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for Super Sentai, they have like over 50 seasons. Total in their whole run. So
it's like, what,
at some point they got to be scraping the bottom of the barrel, I would imagine, with some stuff. But it's like, the creativity that they have in a lot of the seasons are great. There's a lot of hit and miss seasons. What I'm trying to figure out is the difference in the universe of Power Rangers compared to Sentai, because they seem to be very different as far as the American one was definitely like the Zordon era, where they would pass the torch to each other for each run, and then they went the way they did, going every had new team every season, but it would still, in a way, they'd have it seemed to be mostly in the same universe, except for Time Forces in the future, and then they go back in time, or
but
RPM is a complete alternate version or something.
I think that was the first one that was not in universe, if I'm correct.
The Time Force?
No, RPM. Because
that was the first full-on spin-off.
Yeah, because I remember Time Force was still within canon, but it was RPM. And
that's still in canon. I just think it's like multiple universes.
Well, that's where it really put that idea of multiple universes, was RPM.
Right.
Especially when they did Super Mega Force.
Oh god, yeah, Super Mega Force.
Oh yeah, it's the Mega Force, Super Mega Force. The ones we don't really.
What are your thoughts on that one? Now, people in the chat might not know this, so okay, just to refresh. So this is the third Power Ranger stream. We've had different amounts of information that I've given here and there. So far on these streams, I've been the main person who knows more about the seasons and behind the scenes stuff for the most part. But and Angelus Draven, he seems to know so much about this. I'm going to have a separate stream. Where I'm going to have a stream where it's just me and him going over from the beginning of stuff and to that. And we might talk about like the Kamen Rider and Beetleborgs and stuff. We might go into those, because between him and I, we might just talk for 2 hours straight and just have to do multiple streams because of all the stuff we know. So it's like I'm waiting to talk in depth about some of that stuff, but it's like Super Mega Force is one that I never watched the show of Super Mega Force. I just saw the special that was on Netflix, and I couldn't stop cringing my freaking eyes. Power Rangers is cringe innately in general, but the level that it was and the amount of lore breaking it did was just brain shattering, pretty much. I couldn't believe it. But before you give your thoughts on that, I'm going to say hi to the chat real quick. We have Wookiee Supremacy. He stopped by, said, "What's up, Rookie? Love you, dude." Rookie and Wookiee get along very well. And we got Teresa Martin, always showing her support. Always one of the first ones to show up. Love it. We got Big Steve. What's up, Stevie boy? Haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. We got the Atlantean. What's up, Atlantean?
Atlantean.
Hell yeah, we got Detox Rebels. Says, "Hail Jeff, hail the kitty." She does not like being called the kitty, but that's awesome. No. She'd rather be Dutch and Butch. Says, "I only watched 2 seasons, then then I was too old for the potty trainers." Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, the putties. That's funny. No, it's all good. That's all good. There's different levels in some of the Power Ranger seasons that are really adult. Like I always use Time Force is I'd say that's one of the best seasons in my opinion.
Time Force and RPM especially.
I haven't watched RPM yet, but I've heard that's one of the best because it's a post-apocalyptic Earth.
It has like Terminator vibes at times.
Yeah, I've heard the Disney Brain do videos on it and explain stuff with that. So I am curious to see it. So that's one of mine on my list. I wanted to see Jungle Fury first, though, which
oh my goodness,
I haven't watched all the way. I've watched maybe 5 episodes in, and like I like it, but I don't like it because I think it's
better.
It's more the special effects and the sound effects are so more than they used to just feel like in the Mighty Morphin or the Zeo and stuff. They felt simple and kind of relaxed half the time, even though they're goofy, but it felt like that. But then these ones, it's all hyperactive. It feels like, and it's like, well, just calm the fuck down for a sec. I mean, you can be goofy. But
I did watch the Super Sentai of it, and especially the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger in almost every single season in Sentai is hyper. That is just that Genki energy that every Ranger has to have, and it's hard to when the Sentai footage is also you have to map to that. No.
I just mean no. Even when they're humans, I'm saying like
it
seems to be just constant. And in the other ones, there would be things happening, but it just felt a little more relaxed the way they did it, or something, or the way the film filter itself looks just came off more calm. This
Yeah.
is just more bright and whoopoo and powy and boom. Like the villain doesn't seem to think about anything. You just quickly, I'm evil, but there's no reason why I am. And it's just like
those early episodes are always like that.
Yeah, so it could solidify itself in a little later,
Oh, yeah.
But the things I do like is that they emphasize training in the Jungle Fury so far. Is that like the Red Ranger is the rookie in this group anyway, and doesn't really know. I mean, it's kind of like Wild Force, but that was a little different, a different set of skills.
Yeah,
I suppose. But,
it has some like Ninja Storm type vibes to it.
Yeah, kind of like a mix of Ninja Storm and Wild Force. That's an interesting combo, I guess. But yeah, see, even they had weird Zords too, with like their spirits or something. But
now I gotta say, Jungle Fury was one of the first ones I think of the Disney era, because this was definitely Disney era.
Yeah, because that was after Overdrive, right? And
oh God, Overdrive.
I didn't watch that one at all. I watched the pilot, and I watched the pilot and alone. I was just like, my brain wanted to, because they're like, oh, these ancient things of blah blah. No,
well, okay. I do have to give Disney this kind of credit. They wanted to. My puppy does not want to be on camera. Want me to be on camera. Disney was willing to take the risk of doing its own morphing sequence, which is usually, people, when they do the sequences, they usually cut and paste of like the heads onto the Asian bodies during the morphing sequence. But this one, they actually, even the morpher is different from the Sentai. In the Sentai, it is those gauntlets that you see on the hands in Jungle Fury. Now, in the American, it's the sunglasses. And the whole thing that they do, that is totally American. So whenever I see them do stuff like that, I always give them props of trying to be different and try to be their own thing.
I give them props on that too. That's good.
Yeah.
But real quick, I'm going to answer this. So John Robertson says, hey, Rookie, now that films have been canceled, will you continue your projects? And do you believe your breakout film will occur during the upcoming program drought? So he's talking about my Rookies Legends project that we're working on. So far, all my stuff is going fine with that for the most part. There's been some casting situations I've had to deal with a few times with.
He's not unionized, so it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's all good. But but I did talk with quite a few people, and they're game for filming. And oddly enough, now that so many events have been canceled, a lot more people in my project have time to film it. So for all I know, I'm going to be able to get footage from people way sooner than I thought, which will be great because then I could put out a trailer for it. And as far as my breakout film goes, I mean, it's not going to be like a straight up film. It's going to be released on YouTube. So I don't think it'll affect my audience. If anything, more people will see it because they'll be stuck at home for all I know. But it'll be summer when it releases. So hopefully things will have calmed down by then with the virus and all that, and people will just be back to normal. But, it'll release the July 3rd, episode 1 anyway. So that's when that's going. Everything's still on queue. I started filming my stuff. So my project is a go.
We'll be normal until the toilet paper runs out.
I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Sir Cam Land says, Jungle Fury, they morphed with glasses.
Yeah, the sunglasses, which I thought was really neat. And, but yeah, I thought, yeah, Jungle Fury is one of my favorites. The first time of a cheetah ranger, and they put it on the girl, which is, cheetahs are my favorite animal. So, of course, when I saw that, even the Sentai season, I was like, yes, I cannot wait.
What I found funny with Jungle Fury is that, so like I tried to watch some of it like recently, like a couple months back, and the actress that's in it is in Spartacus. And she plays as like one of the chicks that, is one of the Roman ones, and gets, there's all the stuff that goes with it. And then same with in RPM, the Red Ranger in that one plays as in Spartacus as well. And it's just funny because I saw Spartacus first, and I was like, oh shoot, because these actors looked a little younger in these, and I'm like, oh god damn, Jungle Fury was from like what, 2008 or 9. So
like that. Actually, the actor for the Red Ranger in RPM, he ended up being in Jessica Jones as the next door neighbor crackhead.
Yeah, that guy, exactly. But Jungle Fury came out in like 2009, right, or 2008 or something. So it was just funny seeing them in like more adult stuff first, and then I see them in Power Rangers. I was like, what the hell? Just
Yeah,
kind of
I think I think it's her. I think it's the Jungle Fury Yellow Ranger. She ended up being an iZombie, the actress in that. I think it's either her. I think
it's
her.
somebody else. I think it's somebody else.
Are you
But
sure?
I don't know. But I'm not sure. I didn't really watch it, so I'm not sure at all.
Because I remember when I saw former Power Ranger star this, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot more that are in different seasons now, I suppose. But
Mhm.
but anyway, so I wanted to know your thoughts on the Megaforce team up, because my brain when I watched that was like, why are you doing this? And why this isn't cool? It was so lame and underwhelming. What were your thoughts?
Okay, are we talking about Super Mega Force for one?
The one where they have like all the Rangers show up.
Okay. So you're from transforming to the battle. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, when they'll show up for the final battle, basically.
Oh gosh, it's a mixed bag to me because of again, between Sentai footage and especially what I heard was filmed there and what they did not put in. And of course, with a lot of the actors not being union, so they couldn't fly them to New Zealand to do some of their cameos. So they had to do cameos of Rangers that weren't in the Sentai footage. So we could have had a lot more cameos that they didn't do. But with things with Hollywood of, we don't want to have to pay this person. I mean, it's like the thing with Jason David Frank. Why he did show up in Dino Thunder so much is that they didn't want to pay for his flight to New Zealand, so that's why he did a voiceover for half the season.
When he was trapped in his in his Power Ranger, when he was invisible and then trapped, and that was so he wouldn't have to show up for set.
No, they didn't want to pay for his flight.
That's pretty funny.
So that's why he did a voiceover until they finally buckled.
Okay. But I mean, I guess so. I'm more specifically saying the events that happen in the episode. Like, that's what I'm commenting on here. Because not knowing the other stuff anyway, like I just, I don't know. It was like, to me, because I thought that this whole thing was because they had the footage from Sentai, but then I'm like, no, Sentai has way more than that. So why would this be theirs? This was all shot American, I assume. American shot this, right? They didn't take the whole battle sequence from Sentai, did they? That kind of
it's kind of half and half. But the thing is that they're filmed on the same location because sometimes right after the Super Sentai season is over is when they start filming the American version. So they can still have those locations available.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens at most of the time. And now with Hasbro has Power Rangers, there's talks, at least from the grapevines I know, that they're trying to bring it back to America to film.
Right. I guess so. What I meant with that, though, is the reason why they have like Tommy as the Green Ranger in
yeah.
Is like, so was that because they had the Sentai footage, or did they film that on set?
They filmed that on set because that's his most iconic form.
Yeah, it's like that pissed me off because in the rules of their universe, that power can no longer be accessed, and it's like,
well, then they retconned it with Beast Morphers, not Beast Morphers, but Ninja Steel. Yeah, they retconned that with with the Master Morpher.
No, but was he using a Master Morpher in this? No,
we don't know.
He just used a regular Morpher.
Yeah,
that shouldn't work. Because they established that in space when Adam tried to morph when he went to help Carlos get his confidence back. He morphed and it worked for a few seconds, but pretty much just broke.
But we have to counteract that with Overdrive, because when they did their team up episode, Adam was there and a very cool original Mighty Morphin morphing scene, which is like, we need the whole group to do this because it was cool.
Well, no, okay, so what I'm saying is that like when they established that the powers
That's
don't
what I'm
work
saying.
no
but
more,
it broke that. But it broke that.
but what?
canon
But
totally.
why? But yes, like why did they do that? Just because?
Just because, and also it's Adam, and a lot of people loved Adam growing up.
Well, it's like you can have Adam there, but I mean, he wouldn't be able. He shouldn't be able to use his morpher to morph.
Well, it doesn't at Disney. It doesn't matter.
Because that's my whole thing. So that's what I'm trying to get at with all that. I haven't seen like Overdrive or Ninja Steel or any of that, so I don't know what they do anyway. But from what I saw with Megaforce, I'm just like, this isn't satisfying, because this kind of makes them losing their powers meaningless, because so they still have them, but a lot of the reason why a lot of them aren't Rangers anymore is because they would lose their powers. And now they aren't. Now they went back on it with the Zordon era. Yes, right.
With the Zordon era,
The Mighty Morphin ones, the power points were destroyed, so they should not be able to ever be those specific ones again. You know, and I'm sorry, I think the Master Morpher concept is not a good idea.
Well, yeah, it's a nice trick to, because the thing is that that was Ninja Steel. I mean, some of this is also talked about in the comics too, about how they're able to do this because of the morphing grid and the morphine. What are they called? The three guardians of the morphing grid. I'm blanking on their name right now. Ranger Wiki, you're my friend.
But again, I don't know here with that. It's just I don't know in the context of the show and of, you know, the emotional payoffs that they get for doing certain things and losing powers. Like the Green Ranger one specifically was really good, because then when he loses it, he can't be the Green Ranger ever again. Yeah, and then it's like, but then he can be. So
again, with how like, everything's being written of being able to tap into the morphing grid is fine. It's fine a loophole.
I don't know. I just think that's
I'm just saying within the show of especially the later seasons, the ones that you haven't seen yet, especially of like Ninja Steel and Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers really, because it's the first time, at least the one, it's really when humans are able to go into the morphing grid and make their own Rangers. In the prime timeline. So we're not talking Time Force, you know, all that, but this is of that time. So making their own Power Rangers, so yeah, you always have access to morphing grid. Yeah, so there's able to find a loophole to it.
I guess, but I mean, so what's the point of them in the first place in like Mighty Morphin saying, "Oh, can't use it anymore"? But they never said they couldn't use the morphing grid again. They just said they can't morph into those.
Well, that's just a way to. That's just a way for the writers to say, "Okay, we got this new season. We got to show these new outfits because we didn't do it for Mighty Morphin because we were scared of fans not being able to realize these are the same people."
Yeah, like I get that too, but I don't know. Like it's like either they can always have their powers or they can't or something, because it's like that's the thing with me.
It doesn't mean that you can never be a Ranger.
Because then it's like, well, then why would any season ever stop if there's ever a threat? Because you can always have access to always your power and always be a Ranger. That kind of.
Well, again, like I said, a lot of it now that they're deep diving into the comics and all that, there's stories that are going on. It's like I think it's called the Legend of the Dragon. And other things, especially if like the comics, the Omega Rangers of Jason, Trini, and Zach becoming their own group, you know, while they're supposed to be going to the Peace Summit. So just because you lose that set doesn't mean you can never be a Ranger again. But again, when the plot needs it, yes, here is your Mastodon Morpher.
I guess like they can always still be like Adam, you know, could be a Ranger again, but it just with that specific set of equipment that comes with it.
Unless there's a big event that he's able to. I mean, very like Avengers Endgame.
I mean, I feel like what I'm saying is that like if the Master Morpher is like some type of a temporary pass to be able to access old.
I think it is because it's able to flip out.
Okay, like that'd be okay then, I suppose. But then, how many of those come about? There's like 50 of them, or just one or two? Like what? Like
there's
see,
only
that-
one confirmed.
Because
Master
if there's just one, and then I think that'd be okay. Because then it's like just then it
because
can't be
he's
too crazy.
he's been in what 5 different forms. See,
Tommy?
green, white, red,
Tommy
red.
was he was
yeah, and
five
then black.
5 official forms. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the comics, that kind of goes, but what did you guys think of the fan film with James Van Der Beek? Is that the really like R-rated one, or?
That's the one most people refer to. The ones that I watch is like the Unworthy and whatnot. But the one, I think that's the one that's the more R-rated, the Bootleg Universe R-rated one where heads get blown off and Zach does that fighting thing there.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was, for a fan film quality, that was cool. But in general, with Power Rangers, no.
Yeah, that's not Power Rangers. I mean, a lot of people, there's some people that didn't like the movie, the 2017 movie, but I actually liked it. It's set in its own universe.
Yeah,
not,
but I mean, regardless of that being in its own universe as a movie, it still was. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it either.
Well, the only thing the only problem I had with it was the suits and the Zords. Everything else,
Zords especially.
Well, the suits were. I'm more forgiving of the Zords than I am the suits, because it's just kind of like you're barely trying to push what the original suits are with all the biotech.
Well, and you have to form a bond with your friends and be able to access.
Yeah,
the powers.
It's like okay, how are you supposed to morph?
How is so the morphing grid is just going to judge you?
Wait, so it's like okay,
oh,
so
no.
how are you supposed to morph outside of the command center if you don't have a morpher? Because we never saw a morpher in the movie.
Yeah, which that takes some of the fun out of it, and which is funny because they sold morphers as a toy, but it's like they don't do anything with them. There's no use to the coin, honestly. It's just they just hold hands and become friends and Care Bear powers, and they can morph now. And I don't know, the Zords, I feel like I had more issue with them, honestly. When they became the Megazord anyway, like that was like a.
I was a little mad that they changed the formation of where they went. I was like, nope.
Well, and I don't know, like there's so much in it. Like at the beginning, there's like the jacking off a bull joke, like that kind of thing was never needed in Power Rangers to be funny, and it's like, it just doesn't fit here at all. And Zach was the worst character in my opinion of the group. He
didn't seem to fit. I know they tried to make him the Zen one, which, and I know that they had the problem. They were kind of like, we're never going to put them in their, the characters being classically who they were race wise in there because it's now considered artist, because that's what happened. But it's just so. Changing Zach's character that much, I know. Give me one sec. I gotta turn the camera off. Yeah, changing his personality that much, and the story. I understand the story that he was trying to go with. They try to go with, but it just didn't fit Zach. I mean, you didn't have to make him like a YouTube rapper wannabe or anything like that, but that was too much of a change.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just his attitude just kind of got under my skin, and all of them didn't seem like they should get any of these powers. Like as to where in the original, they might not have wanted to be Rangers, but at least
they were overall good people.
They were like good citizens, and they weren't adults to where they're so corrupted. They weren't too young to where they don't know anything.
Well, so it was supposed to be Power Rangers Breakfast Club. Because that's what the director kind of based the characters on, is the cast of the Breakfast Club.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Did any of them know martial arts?
No, I mean, like personalities.
Yeah, I gotcha. But I mean, that's what made it kind of interesting as to where the Red Ranger, was kind of a delinquent. And the other kid, he was on the spectrum, but he still kind of used his smarts to break the rules all the time. The other dude screwed off from school. The other chick, I mean, none of these people seem like these are the ones we would pick. it's like, and just because they're outcasts, is that the reason? I mean, I don't know. It just, to me, it's the people that are just like, oh, we're just tossed from society, so we're the Rangers now, and I don't know. That just wasn't a compelling premise at all. I mean, you could have started.
Yes, it had definite vibes.
Yeah, okay, I guess I never watched The Breakfast Club, so I don't really know.
Yeah,
but like, you know, they could have started out like being in detention, sure. But what would have been cool is that if they had some of the old cast from other Ranger shows as like the teachers. So I know you can't get like Trini or nothing, but you know, they had Jason David Frank and Amy Jo Johnson on set for a cameo where they just go, look stealthy.
yeah, they look up.
You had him on set, and that's what you had them do. They should have been the teachers or something, because at least but
then that would have taken a lot away from the new cast.
No, it wouldn't. You don't have to spend.
No, from an audience standpoint.
Well, no. How would that happen? If
because
they're
then
playing...
why need Zordon? Because then you have Tommy.
Well, no, but no, he doesn't have to be Tommy. He can.
I know, but I'm talking about I'm thinking from the Ranger fan standpoint. Whenever Tommy is around, or even Jason David Frank is around, the fandom goes.
What if they kept it ambiguous to if they were ever Rangers at all? We would never know. But they don't. The point would be that they would just be the teacher or something. Maybe they give some advice here or there that helps them out. That'd be a cool way to integrate some of the old fans with the new. I mean, would you rather have him just hold up a picture or have him be a somewhat more reasonable type of cameo where he has screen time and lines or something?
Well, who knows? Well, I mean, there was the idea if they did the sequel that Jason David Frank would have came back, and Tommy, there was a theory that Tommy was going to be a girl in the sequel.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. And actually, I would have been okay with it. I would have been totally okay with it.
Like, why would they call him Tommy, though? Like, at that point, you might as well be a different character altogether.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's its own universe. So, let's see. The cameo scene in the movie was the original cameo. Yeah. But then they cut it. Yep. But yeah. Just so you know, that's why a lot of people, it's like with the team up coming up soon with Beast Morphers, they're bringing Austin St. John back as Jason. And yeah, because they're doing the Dino teams.
Right.
And so everybody's like, forget, it's like, that even Hasbro put out, who would you rather see, Tommy or Jason? And it was an overwhelming amount on the poll, Jason. And sure enough, who comes back for the Beast Morphers thing? Jason. It's like, yeah, we've had Tommy over and over again.
Yeah, I think he's overplayed, to be honest.
Yeah, even though he loves the fandom. He loves the fandom.
Jason as a person's great, but the character of Tommy has been overplayed quite a lot. And it's like, honestly, even in Dino Thunder, I feel like he should have had better character moments too. And he really lacked it. I mean, especially when the Evil Ranger was coming around, it was like, this was a good opportunity to have him be the one to hold out. That's like, no, this guy can still be good. I started out as evil. So it's like, you could have had a lot of depth there, and they didn't. And, everybody just goes, like, even in the Mighty Morphin movie, like, I was just turned that on for a few minutes. The first few conversations he has with, like, an adult, a kid, whatever, his rest of his friends, they're, like, just praising Tommy. And it's just like, he didn't do anything yet. He's just your friend. He's just your ranger here. So a little over on it a little bit.
Well, I will have to say this. He was my first TV crush.
most women, I would imagine, that watch Power Rangers, that would be the case.
Yep.
If it wasn't already Jason, I suppose. So
yeah,
that makes sense. Says there needs to be a Justice League / Power Ranger crossover animated movie.
Yeah, they did a comic a few years ago, and I don't think all the issues got released, but recently, Mighty Morphin with the Ninja Turtles actually has been out, and they're already putting that into a graphic novel.
And they had the In Space with the Ninja Turtles in episode 2.
I know.
Episode 2 of In Space. Oh my god, those turtles were so bad though. In that season.
Especially. What was the name of the female turtle?
Like Venus.
Venus. That's right, Venus de Milo.
Well, she had a weird actual name, but then they just were like, "Oh, we're gonna call you Venus for short because your name's too hard."
Yeah, she was based off of Venus de Milo, and the whole thing of like her bandana, turning into a braid, so it's making it feminine. And I was like, didn't Tommy face the White Dino Ranger head on, Murky? I think he did.
Well, he faced him head on, but I mean, as far as because the dynamic was that it was a kid that was, kind of having troubles, taking off the power or whatever. It was kind of consuming him to make him evil. And at some point, he was like, "No, if he's kind of a lost cause." And Kira was the only one that was like, "No, I trust him. We can still find the good in him." And then he was like, "Nah, fuck it, he's gone." And it was like, man, you just shouldn't have had it be like that. He should have been the holdout because he was the one that had the real connection to it, the real dynamic. So there's just moments like that could have been better. Mm-hmm. I do like that they made him a teacher. There's good things in it. There are things that we can critique that weren't as good. But but going back to the Megaforce team up thing, so it's just I guess there would have been more impact too if like it was in a city that this whole invasion took place. They filmed it in the canyon.
In a quarry. Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the significance of this? The universe is in danger or something? I couldn't tell. And in the In Space 2-parter, that I feel like that had a lower budget even, and they made it really good. And they had the two goofballs lead, try to help the Rangers, lead the people to help, and that seemed more meaningful. And in this, what was this? Just the canyon, and then other people show up, and then just done.
Well, again, that's just with the Sentai footage. That's where they filmed it, and this where they could get all those stunt actors, and I think of a lot of things from a production standpoint because I do watch the Sentai, so it's just being able to get where they filmed so they can line up the footage from American to Japanese and back again. So yeah,
I feel like they could have. This wouldn't have cost too much, I don't think, to film a couple scenes where they have the costumes of whatever the evil henchmen are running through the city, and have a couple of the people you got to cameo. Leo and the other TJ and the other people that
again, a lot of them are not union actors.
Some of them, I'm pretty sure. the guy who plays Wes, I'm pretty sure he's one that contributes to stuff because he's done fan projects with JDF.
Yeah, but again, it's don't forget, like I said, with the whole thing with Tuesday Frank with Dino Thunder is that Disney didn't want to pay for his ticket to New Zealand,
but it's like, can they not afford that? It's I don't know. That just seems a little far fetched on there with that. And with the Megaforce one, that's supposed to be the ultimate team up, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the only weird thing I thought was why introduce keys to groups we'd never seen before in the whole 27 years, and they justified them in the comics. Later on, actually, with I forget his name from Time Force, the Green Ranger, that his
Trip.
Trip, Chip, no Trip.
His Trip.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Mystic Four. That's Chip, yellow. But yeah, bringing in teams that we've never seen before, so that adds to canon without explaining it. But they have all that to go with.
I don't know, because I guess at first glance that would seem like a reasonable reason, but when you look at Mighty Morphin and what they were able to film around the footage that they had there too, even like when Jason, Zach, and Trini wouldn't show up on set either, they were able to still film what was there and just do things around it to still make it work. They added enough of their own stuff to still, use the footage from Sentai to mesh well enough.
Again, they were, they're in partnership with Toei, so who knows what kind of deals are being made. And, I mean, it's kind of like there's things that I think that were in Megaforce, a lot of in the Sentai of Megaforce that was supposed to be representative of America, especially in the one in Dino Charge that's supposed to be representative of America, was never used in the actual seasons. So it's just of what they choose to put in and whatnot. It's the season is its own thing once it gets Americanized, and what story they want to tell.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying is that, you know, if so America has the footage that they're allowed to use and whatnot, so they would use what they can to make it as good as they can, is how I would see it. But I feel like they didn't do that. They only half-assed it, is what I'm saying. It didn't,
Are you talking about later on?
I'm talking about with like the Mega Force team up, like that shit, the 20th anniversary, like that.
I know, it's just that you seem to be going everywhere, and I'm like, where are you going?
my whole thing was mostly on the Megaforce thing, and I used other things to reference why I think that they could have done it better in Megaforce, because even when they were in the past, were able to work around issues that you brought up about them not having enough footage and stuff. They're still able to film enough of their own or whatever to compensate around it to still form this Americanized story that works with what's happening. And with this, it just seems like they just didn't. They're just like, nope, don't want to. And it's like, damn.
Again, I have to say it's from a production side. It could be also what Angelus Draven. Angelus, your butt should be in here.
He will be soon, but if he's, this will be a 3-hour stream if he's in here too tonight. Well, I want to have him next weekend.
I do have to say a lot with Megaforce. They were matching a lot to Sentai when it came to the actual Rangers and stuff. Even though the sets and where places are and everything, but they were matching a lot. Have you ever seen any?
He's talking to Big Steve, trying to get the gauge.
Yeah.
No, because he said Kimberly's the best girl ranger. So he hasn't seen Jen.
Oh, give me 1 second. I gotta get something.
That's all good. What are you guys thinking in the chat here? I don't know. I don't know what my whole point is. I guess it's just I've seen, because I'm watching some going back and forth between some seasons, looking at certain episodes, and it's like, I'm seeing what they're able to do with some things here and there, and I can kind of tell, okay, they must have struggled to do that part, and they're able to do it. And then I glance at some of the current things, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know what they're doing anymore. It's hard to say what they're doing, but I haven't watched it fully from the beginning standpoint, so maybe I don't know, because of that, maybe that would help understand it, but I don't know. All right, Kitty's here. What's up, Bright Kitty?
Hello.
How was your day?
That was good. I just stuff like that, so
okay. You avoiding the corona?
Sorry.
Kind of.
That's good. Right, Kitty has joined.
So
Right, Kitty has joined us.
Hi, Rookie.
That's all good.
All right.
hello. I love you, Dutch Kitty.
How are you
Good.
doing? Good. Sorry, my puppy is being such a pain. Anyway, you were talking about the Pink Ranger. Pink might morph be the best ever. Well, I would dispute that with Time Force. But ta-da!
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's super lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it has the power bow, and I'm scared to take her out. But I just got this in the mail too. My Morphine Yellow. Even though they said that they're having problems with the heads coming off, so she may stay in the box. But
Nice.
yeah, I'm slowly collecting my Morphin group of the Lightning collection.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But sorry, my puppy had to go out. She was just being
Yeah, puppies are like that, I suppose.
I know. Well, it's been a while since I've streamed, so she's like, "Mama, why are you doing this?" So
To me.
I'm just gonna put her out there just for a few minutes so she can run it off. But yeah, I know that a lot of the logistics with Megaforce, the Super Megaforce, and everything of that, especially that last final. I mean, did you see the delete scenes or snippets from Super Megaforce?
Did they show it on the Netflix version?
No.
No.
I mean, they had a lot more cameos than what was shown. I think from was it from Lost Galaxy? The girl that had to replace the Pink Ranger because the actress got cancer.
They had Chrome. They had
Chrome.
Amelia Perkins Chrome. She was in it.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, but the thing is that there was an extended like part where they showed like the evil, her original
Astronema?
evil Yeah.
I remember Astronema.
But there were other cameos that they cut from the final cut of that battle. So, but yeah, who knows? I mean, it's kind of like with the. I don't know if you've been hearing rumors of with Beast Morphers that it's supposed to be hinting that they're going to go with the Dino Knights as the next season.
And Jill has told me about that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to look into that because that sounds interesting. I guess never heard of it. That sounds like, didn't they kind of try to attempt a show like that around the same time they made Beetleborgs and Power Rangers, and they tried to make some type of
the Mystic Knights of Turanog or something like that.
Something.
It was Saban's like original thing, and it was very expensive, and that's why they cut it.
It sounds like that to me, but
but the thing is, they have seasons in between. Was that Kamen Rider? Kamen Rider had a lot of night themes.
Right, but I was talking about like the specific night Power Ranger-y type of show.
Yeah, it was the Mystic Knights.
Yeah, it was Mystic. I wonder though if it is like these Dino Knights thing, would they build off from Dino Thunder or something like that?
I actually hope that it is, especially. I've been watching a little bit. I've been reading it, what the season is all about, and there's only 6 Rangers in the whole thing, so it is kind of ripping off of a Dino Charge a lot, just with a lot less Rangers. But it seems like it has a lot of the same themes going on, especially of the color schemes and all that. But for one thing, the Zords are actually really cool, and the T-Rex. Megazord is actually very mobile. It's probably the most mobile Zords I've seen an actor play in the suit. Be able to do things I don't think I've ever seen, especially when as a T-Rex and as a Megazord, like actually full on run, not like that chunk run.
Yeah,
but like full like sprints. Going down, there's a lot of good footage of just the mobility of it, so I can see where they want to use that season because that Megazord is really, really nice.
I remember the Dino Thunder Megazords. Like, every time like they transformed and stuff, you saw them like moving and like just like jumping over stuff. Like it was just like kind of really cool. Why not? They weren't just like zooming or floating or something like that. They were just full on, actual. Looking like the actual animals they were based on, like
that's why I loved Wild Force so much. With the Zords, even before they were the Megazord, just of a lot of people love the Deer Zord. There's a whole.
Those were one of the first Zords that were like supposed to be kind of alive, that weren't just machines. It's like, no, they have their own mindset. They won't fight their friends if they don't want to. Stuff like
and they
that.
actually fought against the Rangers because they didn't know who they were, and they had to be convinced to join.
Yeah, I like that aspect, and even when they got destroyed, because they're just like, oh shit, like it's not my machine that got destroyed, but my friend. So it's like, no, that was a good little addition in Wild Force. As goofy as Wild Force was, like they had good emotional moments.
Well, yeah, it had Forever Red in it.
They had what?
The episode Forever Red.
Yeah, true. I guess I was referring to like his parents being killed by the main bad guy and stuff like that.
When a lot of people think of Wild Force, they really do think of Forever Red.
I know the Forever Red, which I liked it. It was on an entertainment level. I like it. On a continuity level, I don't. But because that's just the thing again with we're using powers that should be destroyed. But all right, it was cool to see, and I liked it. But on a continuity level.
I know I watched Wild Force, but I just do not recall it.
Yeah, well, because they basically, it was like a 10th anniversary type of thing, and the Beetleborgs just ended their run, and they just kind of reused them in one last little hurrah of, they'll be the villains from the King Mondo and the Machine Empire and stuff, and they can, Power Rangers versus the Beetleborgs kind of, but it's not really. So that's kind of what that was. And they had Serpentera, Lord Zed Zord, which, right, Katie, I don't know if you know, but that was a full-on American creation, I think, the Lord Zed in general.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was not a Japanese character. That was all American.
Wow.
And if you notice in the show, that's because they didn't want to use too much. They didn't have much more Rita footage, I don't think. So they had to switch it up. And whenever they'd show Rita, they'd either use the back. They'd have somebody dressed up as her and show her from the back, or cut away too quick, or cover her face or something. And then they had her trapped in the jar, and it was kind of blurry, so you still can't really see her. And then they had the actress that voices her end up being her when they have her put the guacamole face on and whatnot. So they're just gonna make me look younger, right? And whatnot, so they can, pretend that they're still using Rita. So it's a fun little thingy there. Keely Chow says, is there an animated Justice League Power Rangers crossover movie? I can picture Lauren Tom voicing Trini and the original Yellow Ranger. I don't think there's an animated one. I know there's a comics one somewhere, I think.
That would be pretty wild if the Power Rangers and Justice League crossed over.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I actually have some of the covers as wallpapers, and yeah. Oh, if they did animate that's what Hasbro is missing, is doing animated Power Rangers. I mean, it's like
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, we have our own original teams now based off of the first big real one is Hyperforce from the RPG. Why not make that cartoon? I mean, you have so many actors that could come back.
I thought that was a cartoon or something, because when I heard Hyperforce, I kept on looking it up, but I couldn't find any footage, and they kept on showing people sitting around on a table. And then I realized it was Dungeons and Dragons, both Power Rangers or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
And they brought a lot of original actors from the show, and finally, I forget the name of the actor who plays Bulk, but he's like, I finally got to do my dream. I became a Power Ranger.
Yeah, he seemed pretty happy, but that'd be cool to see. I agree. An animated one would be cool, and I feel like that would be. I feel like there'd be more room for exception for a lot of rules that they break in the live action if they broke them in an animated one. I'd be a little more forgiving, because with animated stuff, there's always some type of rules that go around your head anyway. So it's like, okay, that's fine. And and then they could make some of the stuff more filmed in such a way that could be more impactful in some scenarios, like when something sad happens.
As far as I know, Angela's Hyperforce is canon. As far as I know.
Well, because that's following the Shattered Grid type of things, kind of, or Time Force / Shattered Grid-ish type of.
They brought in the for 5 seconds Power Rangers Supersonic from Megaforce, and they put a whole team in there based on Trip's brother being one of the Rangers. So. Yeah, bring a tabletop team into the canon. Yeah.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? That just shows the multiverse of the whole Power Rangers thing with the morphing grid, with Shattered Grid.
I feel like the fact that they have so many multiple universes, that the term canon gets thrown around loosely. Well, like you could consider anything technically canon.
It's like everything with Power Rangers seemed like everything was canon. Like in one way up into RPM, and then they're like, no, this is our own universe. It's like, oh, okay. And just recently with Beast Morphers, they especially early on, Beast Morphers did say there are different dimensions.
Right. No, that's actually said in Mighty Morphin. Different.
But I mean, I was like, we have all these seasons now that we can bring back. Yeah, the Power Rangers meets. I don't think it was ever finished, or they didn't release it, but I don't think they even have a graphic novel on it, because I think it was canceled after like 2-3 issues.
I did not see anything like that. So
they keep on canceling some good projects, I'll admit. Like even like JDF has tried to get the White Dragon one off
Yeah.
the ground, and that was
Yeah.
with the guy who plays as Wes in Time Force and Adam,
Mhm.
and the yellow one from. She's actually been in quite a few of the same fan projects as JDF has, but I don't know which season she's from. I want to say Dino Charge. That's probably not right.
Was she?
She's a she was a blonde white girl. That does not narrow it down at all. And she was a Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, that does not narrow it down.
She was in a season.
Like the Yellow Ranger is literally almost always a blonde white girl.
I'll say this. So it's. I know it wasn't in any of the seasons before Mystic Force. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Operation Overdrive. It wasn't the one that's in Jungle Fury, and it wasn't likely the one from RPM. So after that, I don't know which Yellow Ranger, but it's
because I know that the one from Megaforce, she was trying to do something with JDF, some kind of fan.
For all I know, that could be it. How many years ago was Megaforce even? I don't even know right now. Like 5 years now or something?
Well, more than that.
God, it feels so old now with that. It's like when I first found that out. But I don't know. That chick was also in that, but that project got canned, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, Megaforce was in 2013. So
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. The JDF fan projects have been pretty cool with his Power Ranger ones, but I feel like that'd be
Bat in the Sun has done some great Power Ranger like not team up, but verses of like Scorpion
and Ryu and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I was referring to. But yeah, like and the Unworthy Productions, that'd be cool if they could get JDF on there. But at this point, I don't know if that would matter. But
by the way, I gotta say, hush, Happy Dinosaur. I know.
Said Dustin is the yellow Ninja Storm. But yeah, of course, that's not what I meant. I know that some guys are yellow in there, and most of the guys in Sentai are yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is a blonde chick? Fuck, actually, I want to know now because I actually don't know what season.
Would it be like the one from Dino Thunder? Or
no, it wasn't Kira. That would make sense, but no, it's not. Wait, could it be her because she's older than? Fuck, that could be her actually too.
Yeah,
but no,
in the early 2000s.
It wasn't
because
he has
a thing for Kira.
It wasn't Kira because it wasn't her as that Dino Ranger. It was a different morph. I don't even know what to type for this because JDF. I don't know what to look up for it because I don't know her name or what season she's in, and I don't know how you.
Oh, it's just a dino.
You get cast info of
JDF. Okay, everybody, Ranger Wiki is your friend.
They have info on the YouTube stuff that isn't the official stuff because
I think
that's what I'm referring to.
Well, see, you're talking about a lot of fan stuff that I don't watch. I don't watch all of it,
Okay, I think it's the Ninja.
How do I remember seeing Dino Thunder on TV? It was early 2000s. I'm like, did they re-release this? Did they re-release this on Disney Channel or something? I don't remember. Or Nick.
I'm going back to look here because I think
you may be talking about the Megaforce chick because I've seen her try to do some kind of fan project.
Wait. Megaforce, yeah, I remember her.
Let's see. So okay,
stupid ads. All right.
I know. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Sorry, guys, in the chat. I'm trying to get.
We're looking. Yeah. Rookie has to put his see where he's right, but it is the Dino chick.
No, it isn't. Oh, it isn't her because I know what it looks like. But here, I'll pull up a thingy.
Just show me it.
Would it be the Megaforce one or?
I think it's the Megaforce chick.
That one was piratey chicks, though, right? That's not what it was. Let's see.
See, now it's bugging him.
Everyone together.
Which one's that?
That's Megaforce.
I thought they were pirates though, or something. Is that
you turn into pirates?
They turn into pirates?
Yeah, that's Super Megaforce. but it's Megaforce then Super Megaforce.
Okay, I don't know the difference. I would assume they'd be the same costume.
But yeah, that's Gia.
Okay, yeah, she's in this project with him. She's in the White Dragon one with him.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, well, because when I saw the Megaforce team up thing, she was like they're all piratey, so I'm like that's not the one.
No,
So.
they had those suits for Megaforce, and then they brought in the whole concept of changing into Super Megaforce. Yeah, that's Super Megaforce. See, and Riot Kitty just left us.
Shelly Backer and I think was a little spotchy.
I knew I was right.
Okay, see, and that confuses me a little bit too because like they just did one seasons of everything from when I was watching stuff, and now they have second seasons now where it's all super duper. So,
well, Hasbro I think is putting a stop to saying super this, super that. They're just got to keep it all together.
Yeah, I mean, I know that makes sense for the Japanese for Sentai to me. That makes sense that they would because everything's if it's not regular, it's super, or ultra mega super duper ultra extreme deluxe maximum. That's what they do. That makes sense. But I don't know. In America, it's like I don't know. That's a little too goofy. But even for Power Rangers, that's all good. Saban does the dumb season 2. Let's just add super to it. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's all right. But
there we go.
I don't know. I'll be learning more about the exact. We're going to break down from beginning to end basically for the next a while with Angelus and I. We decided to not. We were just going to do. I was like, oh, I'll have you on the next stream, but it's like we're thinking about it, and with what we both know, and we're both learning stuff as we go behind the scenes. We're like, let's just wait a little bit and gather our information and make sure we know certain things, and what he knows, what I know, and we both know kind of different aspects. Like he didn't grow up watching Beetleborgs or nothing. I did, and I know the Japanese version and how it's like 99% totally different.
Yeah.
The show. Yeah. Oh my God. Nobody knows about that. I'm like, wow. It's so crazy.
Well, I mean, it's like, when I really started watching Super Sentai, and the first full season that I watched was the one based off of Mystic Force. That would be Mystic Force. And those things, there's a lot of elements that are the same, but yeah, the whole team.
Hi again.
Hi.
Yeah,
it's like the whole team was a bunch of siblings, were the Rangers, and their mom was basically the White Ranger that got captured. Yeah. And I was like, why change it to high school kids? Yeah. But that would be kind of cool. Why not a bunch of siblings as the team? Because that would put all the drama to be perfect. My ass is gonna because they're on Netflix.
Yeah, see, he's doing his research right now too. That's why we're not jumping into it immediately because we're both catching up on some stuff. So,
gosh, I need to rewatch Beetleborgs.
Did you watch Beetleborgs, right, Kitty?
Nope. I mean, if it's on Netflix, I'll
watch it.
Watch
it. It is bonkers, but good.
I didn't watch all of season 1. When I had Blockbuster, I would get the season finale / couple episodes into season 2, and on Netflix I watched the Metallics season, and because I thought that'd be better than the first one, I guess. But it's like it's funny as hell, but it's like just so the monsters. I feel like they almost could have had a decent premise with the monsters in the house, but it just is so fillery for the episode. It's just run around the house all the time, and it's like I think it's old, but they had some interesting little concepts, some fun little things in there. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I like that. I liked Nukas and Ivan Ooze seem like they had the similar ideas when they were both presented. I feel like one the villain releases the bad guy that they want to destroy the Rangers or Beetleborgs, but then they trick them and put them away pretty much and then take over or something. But no, Ivan Ooze, Nukas got me thinking about Ivan Ooze, and it's like, what do you guys think about Ivan Ooze? Sorry, right, Kitty, since you just got here.
Ivan Ooze. Well, I saw him in the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, that's the only thing he's in. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And well.
Oh gosh, who played him? I forgot who played him.
I don't remember who played him either.
He reminds me of a more humanoid version of the slime of this giant Dragon Quest monster. In Dragon Quest 7, I can even pull up a picture if you want.
Sure.
But way more goofy. And almost kind of like a Dr. Evil version, just very goofy and stuff. He was fun.
And what about you, Dutch?
Honestly, I love the design of Ivan.
Yeah, the design is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm looking at his photos. But yeah, he kind of had this almost a little bit of like a vaudeville feel to him. A vaudeville feel to him of kind of like, how he spoke and everything was, but he was played by Paul Freeman. I have to look up who he is, but he looked familiar to me. But he was in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay. But I actually liked him a lot, and even though it's, I don't know, it's just so how easily he was able to manipulate Goldar. Goldar, who's always been for Rita all these times and through thick and thin. No, I don't want to be stuck in that little snowball with Zed and Rita.
Yeah, I kind of thought he would challenge Ivan Ooze or something.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a cute attempt by the American versions to try to make a original villain for the Power Rangers, but ultimately no, because his plan with the goo and the kids and the parents and
that's very Power Rangers.
I'm not saying it's not Power Rangery, but for the plot of a movie that you're doing for it, and that's, I don't know. That was
I went to see it in the theater with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually liked it. And she doesn't like a lot of things that have to do what she calls sorcery and everything growing up.
Right.
So, but I just remember falling in love. If we talk about the movie for a little bit, I love the whole thing of going on the quest to get the new powers. The quest was good. And what's her face? The wise woman,
the whistler chick.
Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, could we have a little bit more that kind of originality? We're going to a different planet.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's definitely a cool concept.
Yeah, and even though after they got their powers and everything else, and the fight scene with the skeletal dinosaurs and the skeletal, the rock, the stone monsters and everything, those were really cool fight scenes at the time. And especially, I will give them that of let's go outside of the box. Let's do something that we can't do from the show. And, so where I even kind of felt, meh, everything leading up to the final thing was really good.
Yeah,
CGI was bad.
The CGI was horrible, but I did like the introduction of the Tengas and the slime monsters were kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the quest. I liked the chick that was leading them on the quest. They fought the different the bone animals are kind of dinosaurs were kind of weird. That was kind of weird.
That
scene.
was kind of cool too.
Kimberly was like a damsel in distress the whole time, but it was all right for the most part. And I don't know, the ninja costumes. I mean, I guess they're okay.
Yeah, the ninja costumes. Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't really like was when they did that storyline in MPR. It's just like, I know it's another reason to sell toys. It's the whole reason for the show is sell toys. But it's just okay, they're already in their costumes. The little bit where they cover up their eyes, almost everything's just a little bit right in here. Yeah. You didn't need that little bit of cover up. They're ninjas. They don't, I understand you want to cover up the suit actors. But it's like, we understand.
I liked it when they had it just over the nose. So it's like, that's enough. But then they have the form where they cover up the face, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you want to be a ghost for Halloween, and you just cut 2 eye holes and everything, and they were trying to do that so they could really cover up the.
It it almost looked like the when Lord Zed tried to make his evil Rangers, and he had like the 5 ones. Like, these are going to be my Dark
God.
Rangers, and they were literally just in like homemade stuff, and his staff was taped, and it's just
Yeah.
that's kind of what that looked like. But no, like, for the again, I give a lot of props to the movie for what it was, and it was entertaining enough for what it was. But it's like, I don't think that Ivan would have been a good long time villain after a while, because I think he'd get old. He's a one-time presence, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was weird that they introduced the the pig. It's like they should have had Scorpina or something.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
should have had Scorpina.
Hey, look, this is what Ivan Ooze reminds me of.
That?
Yeah. I don't know why, but it does. Like, it's like purple body, and like the fat stomach, and
at least the Machete was as a tip to make something original. I will give it that. It's just
Okay, we don't need to look at this anymore. Like, that's what he reminds me of, and I just make weird comparisons, like the weirdest of things. Like,
yeah,
it's all good.
Don't forget, we had sparkle armor in MPR. Yes, we did. We did have the sparkle armor.
It was metallic.
Yeah, they give just like plus 1 to armor if I'm going D&D here,
I feel like, I feel like at that point they were like, okay, we have how many episodes left? Fuck, let's just add one more thing to the show and then wrap it up.
Can we milk this before we have to go to Zeo?
Before they tried to have the Alien Rangers come in, which that was a good attempt, because the original Sentai one was just a normal regular group, but they're like, no, let's make them aliens. That was a cool concept.
And then turn in way to, of course, save money by not having the older actors by turning the cast into kids.
Yeah.
And, and almost the whole city was turned into kids at some in one aspect or another.
I think it was like they literally went back in time, and in that they went back in time as in like they all regressed to the age of that time or something. So that was why they still had the Shogun ones, because they were just hidden or something, and they're like, oh, we know where it is now, so boom, we can just summon them or something.
But I did love that, and that was a great departure for Billy. He fell in love. He left for a girl.
That's something people. Did you know that, right, Katie?
What?
That Billy left the planet, basically.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he left the planet for Alien Chick.
Some alien poontang.
Young love.
Yeah.
Young love.
Well, you could call it old love too. He aged, and then she had to like youngify him or something at one point with some of the weird plots they had. That was one aspect I really liked, was the alien introduction, and they kind of went back and forth. Was it in Zeo where they were coming in and out sometimes? I think, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think so.
I think they crossed over a few times with the alien ones, at least once or twice in Zeo. At least once.
That sounds like that Fountain of Youth commercial I remember a while back. I don't even remember what it was for. Maybe it was like a skin lotion or something, where there was like an oldify Fountain of Youth, and then there was a youngify Fountain of Youth, and then people kept drinking from it repeatedly.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really, at the time we didn't think about it. It's like, oh, this is a really cool, White Ranger, for the way to keep Jason David Frank and introduce the Thunder Swords was, through Die Ranger. But yeah, why have the rest of the Die Ranger suits that kids can now be like, wait, why did they just turn into those suits when we got the Thunder Zords?
Hold on, I'm gonna look that up because I actually don't know what that is.
Die Ranger? That's what Thunder Zords, the Thunder Zords.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what the team. I don't know what the team is for that.
Die Ranger.
I don't know what the team suits look like for that. So.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Again, Ranger Wiki, Super Sentai.
I just Google imaged. Okay. Oh, I've seen that group before. Okay, yeah. And that was what the White Ranger was supposed to. Yeah,
the White Ranger is a kid, and that's why the footage that they had to edit some of the footage out, because the kid was by Japanese standards, he's just being mischievous, but American standards, he's being very rude.
They did a Justin before Justin.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yep. The Japanese did it first.
I didn't know that. Oh my god. And they never explain when they change into Die Rangers and Megaforce. They do that?
Yeah, they did do that. And I went, what the?
they Die Rangers and Megaforce?
Yeah, they did. They did.
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't remember that either.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because the Mighty, that had nothing. I don't know. I just thought the White Ranger. The White Ranger was a huge downgrade to me from the Green Ranger at the time. I don't know. It just seemed.
Oh come on!
You go from Dragon Zord to Tiger to Falcon. I'm sorry. And the concept of him losing his power, as from a character perspective, he was like always at risk. He started out evil and he's losing his powers anyway to help. And then with White, he's just, I'm here and I'm the leader now. And it's like, dude, I don't know. That was a little.
Well, that's because of popularity, so they had to write more for.
I know why, but I'm saying I don't think that was good that they did it that way.
Yeah.
But right, Kitty? Did you know that Tommy or Jason David Frank almost had his own show?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As the Cybertron.
I thought that was VR Troopers.
No, it turned into VR Troopers, but the pilot episode was called Cybertron or something. and it was basically the concept of VR Troopers, but it was just going to be one person, and then they decided to make it a team and not have him do it. And people liked him in Mighty Morphin anyway, so like, hey, let's have him come back and he can just be the white one and whatever. Because he was only supposed to be in however many episodes as the Green Ranger, and then. It was like, hey, let's have him be back. Hell yeah. It was kind of funny that they had the cast, or the characters in the show go, why can't it be Tommy? It's like, well, it is. Like,
yeah, I remember when that whole thing was going down and talking about it in school. Good night, Big Steve.
Good night,
you for coming
Steve.
And watching us talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they use a broom to fight. Yep.
What?
Yep. And the Tiger Sword was cool, but the Falcon was downright. No, it wasn't. I had that toy.
I had the Falcon toy too, but I'm just saying, you go from Dragon Zord, this big Godzilla thing, to a little tiger to a little Falcon. It was downgrading.
On.
It was a huge decline, and the longer
I love my animals. Okay,
you can love the animals. You can love the animals, but admit that they downgraded as well into things because it's like, well, even just him as a character, he became kind of stale for a while. There's nothing really happening with him when he was the White Ranger. Not that.
Well, I mean, what I liked was when they did the whole little storyline with him, his brother, and they used Jace's real brother.
Yeah.
And that little bit of storyline, and the spirit guide thing, when he was dealing with, it was basically like his internal conflict with used to being evil, and so it's always been there. The whole thing for him used to being evil, is still there. I mean, it's, again, I hate to keep saying the comics, but that keeps coming back.
It's just as far as what we see in the show and not knowing anything of the comics, the continuity there alone.
I know. Yeah. That's why you got me. I read the comics. I have the graphic novels. I have all of them.
I agree that I know I haven't read any of the comics, but I've seen some videos where they talk a little bit about the comics and stuff, and they seem like they have a lot more ideas than I thought they would for the show, because I thought they had too many episodes in the Mighty Morphin run anyway. But it seems like they had some cooler type of adventures,
especially with Shattered Grid and making.
Yeah, I definitely want to pick up Shattered Grid, no matter how much the issues cost now.
Just get the graphic novels. I mean, now they're in deluxe versions. Now they're in big old, bulky, like omnibus versions. You're gonna pay a pretty penny, but they're gorgeous together. But yeah, Shattered Grid was really good. It brings back Jenna. The whole thing, of course, with another evil Tommy, Lord Drakon, and but they also in this, what the comics could do that Power Rangers on TV could never do, unless they did an animated series, was in this future they salvaged the Ninja Zords and different Zords to make a unique Megazord out of different parts. Yeah, it was called the Grave Zord, and because it was from from all of them were like in a graveyard,
right?
After Lord Drakon won, in this future, And so it's like they could bring in their own, make up their own Zords and their own teams. I mean, they're doing it now with the Omega Rangers with Jason, Trini, and Zach. You know, that when they're, like I said, they're going to the Peace Summit. No, they were actually on a secret mission from the Morphine Grid emissaries. I think that's what they're called, the emissaries. To basically be kind of like very Lost Galaxy ish, Lost in Spacious of, and they picked up another person to be like their Blue Ranger, and they have their own Zords, and they're based on the elements, and you know they look very. I would have to bring it up, but yeah, it's a great storyline, and I think but the whole time is that every time that that Kimberly or any of or Billy calls them, they're like, "Hey, so how's Sweden?" or whatever. They're like, "Whole thing's a lie."
Right. Well, so I like that too. If that's in the comics, then yeah, they don't need to use the actors to do anything. So.
Mm-hmm. But it's
like
expanding on the universe while staying in the continuity. It's just like, you know, so I that's what I really love about it is that they're able to do that, but they have these passionate writers that say, hey, we grew up with the series and all that, but we still want to pay homage. So yeah, but yeah, I will always say go read the comics.
Angelus just sent me a link so I can read them, so I'll catch up on those.
Oh, let me guess. A more piratey way, huh?
I don't know about that. Maybe he purchased them. Who knows? Maybe he has digital copies.
Oh,
maybe he just took photos of all of them. Now they're in a big giant archive somewhere.
But I don't know. I'll be able to catch up on some of that. But
see, I support them so well. I actually buy them, like with money.
Yeah, I probably would, but I had time off 2 weeks ago. My store randomly decided to remodel this last week, so I've been out of work for basically 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll be opened on Monday. I'm hoping our grand opening, so that'd be great, and then I could start making money again. But until then, paycheck's been so yeah, I haven't been paid in 2 weeks.
Oh gosh,
3 weeks basically. By this week, it'll be 3 weeks. Yeah, it'll be another 2 weeks before I get a paycheck. So it's,
yeah, me too. And I have my car bill to pay, so that's
even more fun.
$50 down the hole, and that may not sound like much, but
yeah, why can't we just live in a world where we only have to worry about oversized monsters trying to squish us, and then
the poor cities that get destroyed every day with another every week with a new monster. Okay, we're gonna rebuild the building over there. We're gonna put that good thing. Then Goldar kicks it over. It's like
imagine. Okay, in those worlds.
Dude, I remember in Samurai, like the entire city got flooded with like a demon boat, and I'm like, wow, that like, do you have insurance for that?
Yeah, those
like, what kind of
worlds, there must be a surplus.
Like weathered insurance because it came from a demon.
Yeah, they're in just monster insurance.
Yes, they did actually make like a show called Powerless that was kind of like in the DC universe. It's like Bruce Wayne's cousin or something has some wealth ish to him too, and so he's trying to sell products to help citizens survive. And this while the superheroes and villains are doing all this destruction, you got your super indestructible umbrella to protect yourself, or you want to protect your asset of your car or something. So you got
that is right, Angelus. That is right. In Beast Morphers, there's a scene where you think that building's going to be destroyed, and he just stops and leans on it. That's right. That's right.
That's funny.
See, I give some leniency, if they have cats or especially cheetahs in a season, I give it leniency.
Of course. Now, okay, so you saw Mystic Force. Mystic Force was the first one that I saw that I stopped at SPD when I was in middle school. And that was like the last season that I fully watched. And then last year or like a few months back, I was like, let me try to watch a season that I never saw before with no nostalgia attached and try to watch it all the way through. Mystic Force. So Mystic Force is the next one after SPD. So I'm like, I'll watch that one. And some parts are okay in it, but a lot of things I feel like they just again could have been done a lot better, I guess.
Like what? You keep saying it could be done a lot better, but Like what?
Okay, like let's say the fact that they're supposed to be these like mystical creatures in the forest or something, and then in the season finale they like have the humans and the forest people come together, but there didn't really seem to be a disparate, like they didn't really focus on any of that throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
And it's like that would have had a lot of impact if there was some more struggle of humans and these creatures or something, but they didn't even know they existed really. So it was like just kind of look, they exist, and it's like, oh wow.
That if they could have just thrown the money at it, I think that would have been a great season 2, because it did have a lot of potential in it.
That could have been like when I say things could have been done better, I could spend all day on that type of topic alone with what I think they could have done a little differently. And like I liked that they had a lot of the villains, the 10 demons of whatever. That were, a lot of them had different personalities and that was unique and whatnot. But I feel like they just turned so quickly. Like, I feel like some of them could have taken a little longer to start turning. A lot of them was just, I'm going to destroy it now, but now I'm not. And I'm going to destroy you now I'm not. And just kind of just on the dime.
Again, I hate to keep saying Sentai, but they did, in some cases, stay closer to the Sentai footage.
Well, and that's fine, but just story-wise.
I know, but when they're kind of like, we need to write our own thing, but we got to be with the script and we got to be with this, and
that's why I judge in 2 different ways, based on entertainment and based on the actual like technical qualities and stuff. So based on entertainment level, if they could have done the stuff that they couldn't, then I think that would have been better. I can understand that they couldn't because of these restrictions, but I'm just saying that that's what it is. With that,
but I mean, even the out of like some of the out of footage stuff they took from the Japanese,
right?
So them as civilians, they took straight from the Sentai, like the Pink Ranger turned into a vampire. That was straight from the Japanese.
Right. That's cool. That's cool.
So they're they really did try to like some they really are like, we do like some things. It's like I said, the whole group, there were siblings. And then when the Sixth Ranger came in, I'm forgetting his name, I think. But he and the Blue Ranger end up falling in love and get married in the Sentai.
Wow. Yeah, I think they had 2 of them be sisters in the Mystic Force American one, right?
That was the first time they had sisters. Yeah. So that I remember they said we couldn't do. We love the idea. We wish we could have done the whole siblings. So that was the way we could pay homage to the Sentai, was having the sisters, the 2 girls be sisters, was the homage to that. Yeah, the Wolf Knight dude. Yeah, Mystic Force. Yeah.
I've seen the Mystic Force designs. I've not watched the show, but the armor designs are really cool.
Yeah, that was a unique design too, I'll admit. I liked the what was the guy's name? The purple dude. What's his name?
Wait a minute.
It was like Dragon or Dravac.
Wait.
Korvac or something.
Mystic Force.
He's like the purple evil ranger for a while.
Yeah, he was the daddy to the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. The Wolf Warrior, Leanbow. That was his name.
That was the 6th one. Yeah.
Yeah. When he turned red, that was his name, but he was named something else. But yeah, he was evil. I'm going by real quick, but yeah, he was called Korak the Night Wolf.
Korak, yeah. He was a cool concept in the fact that like he didn't really choose to have that stuff, and then when he's good, he's the red, but when he's evil, he's the purple. I thought that was fine. That was pretty cool. But again, like the concepts I think could have been better was there's a lot that I guess I could say with character stuff, but they did try in some episodes, but I didn't feel like they were really that much together, I guess, by the end. I mean, in some episodes they focus on it, but then it's just like they kind of forget afterward, which is typical in weekly shows like that. But they had Rita come back for a second, and I don't know, that was just like I would have just rather that not have them mention that it was Rita. I missed it the first time I watched. I was like, I didn't realize that they said, "Oh, it's Rita Repulsa. She used to be evil in the old days," and it's like, what was that?
Mhm,
So-
mhm.
And then she's like, oh, and then she just gets beat real quick. I don't know. It was just like, why was she even that? And what? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Based on the in space, she just got turned into a human, but now she's like the light person of magic.
Oh yeah. That was the whole part in the Sentai was that lady. That was straight from the Sentai.
Oh yeah, but I mean, in the context,
But yeah, the way that they transition is like, why don't we? Because I think the Japanese actress for Rita was that lady in the Japanese. I think that's what it was. So I think they were paid. I think it was something weird like that.
but like just in the show, they said that this was Rita Repulsa of the old, and it's just like
Yeah. But I'm just saying within the Japanese.
yeah, within the Japanese, it was the same actress but different character or something.
Yeah, and I think
Okay,
they're
that-
trying to pay that homage because that
Right.
season they were paying so many homages. That's what again I give a lot of leniency because they were trying to say we love this show and we were trying to do new things. It's like what I love, even though it's weird, but turning into Zords, and then the whole Megazord thing is the witch hat. I could have went without.
Yeah, I'm okay with homages, but I mean, there's lots of legacy seasons that try to
No, but I'm
do
talking
homage
about those
nostalgia.
Easter eggs in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, those Easter eggs, and I really like Mr. Force. And again, I love the designs. And especially the morpher being a wand. In a sense.
you see, I guess too. Like I love the concept too, but
Mhm.
like I feel like they just didn't really go too much into the actual like magicalness of it. It just seemed
Oh, the Sentai. Believe me, if you watch some of the Japanese, the Sentai of it, they're kind of like, I think like the morphing call or whatever, it's like Maji, Majiro, something like that, and you don't know what the words mean, and they had different variations, and so the magic and all that, and
yeah.
so
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, so I watched that one anyway, and
Yeah.
like I was able to watch it mostly through. Like I think there's some episodes that I kind of got the gist of, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip this one. It's the
Oh yeah! By the way, Angelus, I love you, Angelus, right now. The Gold Ranger that had the Magic Lamp as a morpher and the Train Zord. What they took from the Sentai, which I really loved, was when in the Sentai when that person was introduced, he was a frog, and the Blue Ranger had to kiss the frog to turn him back to normal, and they did that directly from the Sentai in Mystic Force.
Wow.
The exact same thing. So.
That sounds wild.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, when they're able to collect, yeah, this is crazy, but this is all about magic and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's
That's
do
fun.
it. Let's do
It's
it.
fun. Yeah, I like that character too. His addition was interesting, and he was kind of a mentorish type of character for the
And
guys
the
this
cat,
season.
the genie cat.
Yeah, I could tell. I was like, that's all Sentai right there.
Yep.
It's all Japanese, so they're doing what they can with this. So I don't blame them. Though I couldn't hold them too much for that, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been interesting enough. I mean, they had the guy almost sacrifice himself in the final episode or two. That was kind of interesting for a cowardly character. And I'm like, it's all right. It's cool.
Harry Potter Rangers. Angelus, I have actually read a really good, like for what it is, really good fan fiction that actually takes that concept into.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, that thing, oh gosh, I could talk about that. It's at least 60 chapters. I remember. But yeah, I do read fan fiction, guys. I'm sorry. But, as much as people say, oh, it's like Gary Neurotic at talk about fan fiction. I'm like, guys, you know that the fan fiction people can make things work better than what you guys are giving them much count for.
Oh yeah, I am working on a fan fiction myself. The Harry Potter Ranger thing just sounds ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but it can work. See, this is how crazy things happen, but we can make it better than the actual Hollywood.
It's possible. It's possible.
Sorry to go off the tangent, but it's just kind of like, oh yeah, Harry Potter.
Yeah, I've got some pretty crazy stuff in my fan fiction.
Yeah.
It's basically just like I decided, You know what? Because solely based off of these characters' appearances, I'm going to make them actually be shape-shifting monsters. And they shape-shifted and they believe they're human. Mind over matter thing.
All right. Clever idea. Yeah, I don't really know what to take it from here with this.
Yeah, Angela, it's your fault saying Harry Potter Rangers.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Riot Kitty, is there something you want to talk about Power Ranger related?
Yeah, what's your Power Ranger history?
Well, yeah, I got into it much later, considering I technically wasn't alive when the first couple of series
I'm the oldest one here. Ooh,
were airing, and I did watch a couple bits of Mighty Morphin. Actually, my first Power Ranger series that I watched was Samurai. So,
oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
What? I like it. It's good.
I know. And the first red female ranger, gotta give real one. From. Yeah, you need to watch Akaba Ranger. Yeah, Dino Thunder. Yeah. Oh no, Akaba. Yeah, Akaba Ranger. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
It is a Super Sentai parodying Sentai.
Well, I know that a lot of their own stuff in Japan parodies Power Rangers in a way.
No. But it's a bunch of fans of Super Sentai that end up becoming a Super Sentai team. And all the tropes, they even had the red and green ranger from Mighty Morphin. They couldn't say Mighty Morphin, but around I think it was the belt and something else with red, white, and blue. It's supposed to be hey, this is the American version, not the original. So it's the American. So they're talking English and they're being, very corny and everything, but it's actually very good. I think it had 2 seasons, but I highly suggest Akaba Ranger.
Okay.
Well,
never heard of that one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, I watched Dino Thunder. I had no idea it was from the early 2000s. It must have been a rerun or something.
Yeah.
And I watched Dino Charge, Jungle Fury, and then Mega Force, and I watched the beginning of Time Force, and that's about it for me.
Oh, you need to finish Time Force.
You gotta finish Time Force.
Time Force.
I mean, I just like the main cast just rubbed me the wrong way. I suppose.
The story with everybody. Oh, it gets so good. That's why everybody.
But they were jerks.
I know.
They were jerks. Almost all of them, but the green-haired kid was jerks. I'm like, what the frick, guys? Come on.
Well, it's like this is the first time they had, if a ranger technically die right away, it's like what?
Yeah,
I know, but they were still jerks to the guy they needed to activate their powers.
But yeah.
No, to Wes at first. Well, that was well. I think they have good reason to at first. I mean, they're guys from the future trying to stop a villain, and they have to be. None of them can be activated unless it's by DNA for a bit. Yeah, they act like jerks.
But why act like that to someone?
Right. That's called arcs. It's like they got started as assholes.
Yeah, it's a huge arc.
You can have likable assholes like Alucard from Hellsing. You can have likable assholes, but they were not likable assholes.
No, but him, Jen, and Eric and Rancic are the characters that you need to watch. The other Rangers, I don't give a shit. Really, they don't do too much. But Jen, Wes, Eric, and Rancic are the characters that have the best character arcs, and even with the dynamic between Wes and his dad, Wes and Eric, Rancic and his daughter, and humans in general, and all this stuff.
And Jen. Yeah, Jen's the actual.
Well, I like Rancid and his daughter. I like the villains. I hated the heroes. We're supposed to be stopping him. I'm like, kill them. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. They just rubbed me the wrong way. So
believe me. When you see all that play out, it makes sense.
Well, even Frax, like he's got some deep stuff with Rancic, and I mean it goes deep. And like I said, there's just the moments. Even Trip has a good episode, at least one good episode. So there's that Lucas, the yellow chick, and yeah, they don't matter. Trip honestly doesn't matter either, really, or the owl. But there's moments, I guess, for some of them, but it's mostly the Jen, Eric, and Wes show. That's the cool parts and best character parts. Yeah.
It's like you almost forget you're watching Power Rangers at times.
There's an episode where Jen is like trying to kill a monster that they put away a while back. That she and the first Red Ranger arrested, but he's like, oh, what? He's dead, huh? And Rancic killed him basically, and she's like, what, bitch? Trying to kill him, and they usually try to capture the monsters. She's like, nope, I'm gonna kill you. And the Rangers are like, holy shit, what are you doing?
You will love Jen as she grows,
and she comes up against an old partner that beats the crap out of her in an episode. She gets the snot beat out of her, and it goes like partly evil for a bit, and it's like really good stuff with Wes and his dad. His dad's all rich, and he's trying to do his own thing. Eric fights his way to be the 6th Ranger, which is another Red Ranger. In a way, he's a cool Quantosaurus Rex. Like, would you? How can you not like it?
It's like a lot of people are kind of like, okay, outside of Mighty Morphin, what are the seasons that you really love and that are very memorable? People either will say Time Force, RPM, or Dino Thunder are like way up there.
I guess I'm an anomaly because the seasons I remember and I adore are Samurai and Jungle Fury.
See, again, I have to. Wild Force, like I said, anything with animals, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, I feel like Wild Force would have been, again, that would have been a little better, I guess, in certain cases, like the Blue Ranger.
Yeah, I watched Ninja Storm too. Thank you for reminding me.
Ninja Storm, yeah.
Ninja Storm was all right. That was a good goofy season. There's, but I don't know what type of season you'd call that one, but that was like the goofball season is what I call it.
Yeah, it was like, it's like the whole first half before they brought in the
Thunder Rangers, and then it started to get a little more serious. But it's like I like the tone and the how do you even morph, dude? What do you do? They're like flash and learn. It's like okay, and they have superpowers, but they're not overpowered with their superpowers. So like, and they were late to their thing, and that's why they didn't do it. So they kind of don't feel like they deserve it either. They failed. Their master gets turned into a gerbil. That's kind of annoying, but it's like that nerfs the master and his abilities, so that's fine, I guess. Sure. Cam, he has that good arc later.
I got the gerbil.
I block out the gerbil personally, but
I don't know. It reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I guess I'm fine with it because Splinter is a rat.
That would have been funny to see an episode of the gerbil beating the crap out of some guys or something. Just like, what? Like he's as powerful as he would be, but he's a gerbil size or something.
That would be great.
It's like in Wild Force, the mentor is a princess, and how to get and bringing in all the animals. And at the current Sentai season, they're bringing in a princess.
I wouldn't call her a mentor, more of like an instigator or something, a guide, because she would. I don't know if they really like took wisdom from her, but she would like inform them of history.
She had to do a lot to get that Deer Zord, man.
I don't know. Like there's just she is more of a guide. I feel like she was a historian.
He was considered the mentor, so
right. She would be the role, but I feel like in a way, Animus was supposed to kind of take that spot later, or something. I like the concept of Wild Force. There's just certain things that if I could just poke a little switch here and there, it'd be so good. But like I liked it for what it was too. I like the ancient aspect to it. They do darkness to defeat darkness, and that came up worse. And as Zanaku in his theme, that was freaking. Zanaku was right up there with Tommy as like green good ranger and bad and whatnot. I don't know. That was cool.
It's always weird that with I don't know what it is about Sentai, but the werewolf always becomes a ranger. The evil dark side is always a werewolf. Wild Force, Jungle Fury.
I don't know. So they like the wolf because wolves are cool. So you
Yeah,
gotta
it's
make
like,
them.
oh, you have a dark side, so you have to be a werewolf, kind of.
And
You know.
it's the Twilight effect. Women like to make the guys turn
No,
good.
that's
or
before
something.
Twilight. That was
I-
Twilight.
I know it's before Twilight, but it's the same effect. It's the Twilight effect of you gotta tame the beast or something.
You gotta tame the bee. Oh yeah. It's like I'm thinking of dipping into Beastars. You know, basically the furry anime.
Oh, God. I looked at that and I'm like, nope. That's too much. Too much.
I'm thinking about
much
watching
furry.
it just to see how. I mean, I hear that the actual story thing is really good, but it's like,
I can't. Yeah, I can't watch that. I'm like, nope. I'm good with just animal-eared humanoids.
Wait, have you seen Wild Force? Right?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. I mean, like, I remember watching a bunch of animal-themed Power Rangers. I remember Jungle Fury. I remember Dino Charge, Dino Thunder.
Okay, yeah, those were after Wild Force.
Yeah, Wild Force was a lion.
Like, maybe if it, like I don't know.
Oh,
I
gosh.
could find a picture and see.
Yeah,
if
yeah. Look up the team photo.
Because that
like,
was
I'm better at remembering like looks better than names.
It was the one. It was the first time they had a cell phone as their morpher.
the Wild Access.
Yeah, Wild Access. Yeah.
But no, what I like too is that they had another. The Yellow Ranger was technically their leader for most of it.
Yeah,
she was a fighter pilot and is like a strong character, and she had flaws. And the Time Force, Wes and Eric had good interactions with the Wild Force team and whatnot. And Rancic,
I believe
good.
I have watched this. I recall these designs.
Yeah, and they had like so many Zords. The auxiliary.
Yeah, and they were
Zord.
at Amazon Cafe, and
Do they have the most swords out of any team? Because I feel like they had a bunch of swords.
I feel like they did probably the most, and then all the different combinations. I mean,
Yeah.
the only one I can think. Well, they're not gonna. I don't think they'll ever turn into a season. It's the one that has to do with the constellations. Because there's it's a Super Sentai, which is
Oh wait, this one?
yes, that has so many.
That's like 12
auxiliary.
Rangers, right? It's like 15 Rangers.
Wow,
I think it's 13.
those look really.
There's aliens. A couple aliens are Rangers. In
Yeah, a
this one.
couple. Yeah, two of them are two of them are robots.
They look
or
like
androids.
Digimon.
Yeah.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
By the way,
5,
only
6,
two
7, 8, 9,
girls
10,
in the
11,
whole
12.
team.
only
Only two
need-
girls.
You only need 2. That's consistent with every.
And
other
you know
season.
why? You know why they won't do the season? That particular season, other than that big cast
Yeah.
of characters.
I assume it'd be tough to copy that. I don't know.
No, it's because the not red, but the Yellow Ranger, the visor part goes to a tip because it's supposed to be a swordfish, and they're like, "That's a toy hazard." They come out and said that they're like, "We don't think Rob will do that season because of the
That's a toy.
it's a toy hazard."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I suppose some kid might poke their eye out, but
Yeah,
See, I don't know. I don't know what the storyline of that season is, but I feel like
it's very much like Guardians of the Galaxy.
what I've always wanted was if they were to make a movie or just like a more slightly dramatic version of the show or something, like if they had one where they're in space and they're having different rangers from different planets or something.
That would be the one.
In my head, I'm picturing it being like the theme of In Space, where it's like you're in space and you're trying to fight an enemy, but you can go to different planets and maybe there's different rangers on different planets or something. They don't all have to come with you, but like you can at least, or even if they're not rangers, like you can go to KO-35 or something, and they've built their own Megazord before. Like there's they can go to Aquitar and see Billy and the Alien Rangers or something, and and see what's up over there, and they can help out or something. Maybe you swap Rangers every now and then to different something. The Phantom one was out in space at one point. Like there's lots of stuff they could do. Bring old Rangers back and characters. You have a couple aliens as your Ranger team. That'd be cool. That'd make a different dynamic too.
Oh yeah, some of in that season particularly, some of them were aliens, androids. I'm thinking the pink Ranger was an android.
Of course, the woman was an android.
Well, actually, the real woman was the Green Ranger. And she was a chameleon. Her motif was chameleon. So that's a homage back to Jungle Fury, with the I forget what her name is, but they wanted to bring that back. And of course, there's a constellation that's a chameleon. I didn't know that. So.
But I think that'd be kind of a cool season. I feel like that'd be a good multi-season type of.
Oh yeah, but that would be
or...
too much money. That I think because that's a couple years old.
Oh, I know, but my whole point would be like, okay, so similar rights to what they have, but like that doesn't have to be like they can use their own footage or something. Like I don't know how. Like really fund it or something. But I know they wouldn't. But like as far as dreams would go, as far as if they could take it. Kind of like a fan film type of thing. Yeah. But, make it like this. That'd be kind of cool. Because I wouldn't want it to be the exact same style as, the current run of the show. I'd want it to have that little extra hint of drama, but not too far. Like the, bootleg universe one, but not that far. But like in Jason David Frank's fan adaptations, they're a little dark, but they're not too dark. They're like just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like what was it? There's one other season that I don't think they'll ever adapt. It's the train season because trains aren't really popular in America.
Isn't that like a kid team too or something?
Yeah,
I think that would be popular with like the elderly.
Because I don't know, I forgot what the Japanese culture is with trains, but that was. Yeah, it wouldn't work here.
Probably only the people like 70s and up might watch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And also, it was the first time that they brought in the gimmick of the Rangers could swap colors. So they're like they thought that was gonna be pretty big. So seeing the guys put on girl colors, especially the pink, and it was the first time we actually had a legit Orange Ranger. So but yeah, they're gonna go with the Dino Knights because dinosaurs always win.
Yeah, so I guess this is the conversation that I'll get into, especially with Angel Angelus or with Angelus Draven later. But I'll ask you
Train Dong Sword, yes.
but I'll ask you too here, I guess, to see what you know about it. So like in the Sentai full-on universe from beginning to end, are they in the same exact universe or like or is it like different Earths every time? Kind of. Because that's a lot of Rangers on one planet, is all I'm saying. So I don't know. I'm just curious because that's like 50 different teams. And it's like.
I mean, with the Japanese, they are so flexible with what's canon.
I know. Well, see, I don't even think the term canon would ever apply to them. They'll just we feel like adding this, we will. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty much kind of like, we don't know until we do it.
Well, no, I know what you mean. I call that the Dragon Ball method in a way because Akira Toriyama would just go, I feel like writing this in. Or his producers would be like, oh, we don't like this, change this.
Pretty much.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to change this. And then, the story's like, he forgot to color Trunks' hair correctly. Well, now it's just blue now instead of lavender. So,
Angelus, Power Battle in Sentai was all Earth Rangers. Yeah. Yeah, I would say most of it is kind of like with our canon now. Most of our canon is this dimension, but now we're branching out.
Right. Which again, like I'm actually cool with the different dimensions. It's just, I'm just curious the difference in the storyline because ours started with the Mighty Morphin being Zordon and what happened there. And then they would just pass the torch of power to the next branch of people and swap powers with different people to be the same one sometimes. And then Zordon era was done. And then it was kind of, every season would be a different team, but there was like, the Sword in the Stone type of thing with Galaxy. And then there was, the Lightspeed Rescue was, the humans finally, they knew there was a threat that was going to come up at some point. So they were ready for it and built their own Rangers with the things. And then, Time Force in the future and all these different ones. So it's like, it all kind of makes sense in some way, shape or form with it. I mean, not entirely, but, for the most part, it's consistent enough and in a way, it's all like on the same planet here. But I don't know, like, is there like it's all a combined universe up to that point, and it's like with Sentai,
like I said, it was pretty linear up until RPM.
RPM, right? But then it's like I'm just looking at Sentai, like
Sentai. Like I said, the Japanese were unless canon dictates it, they're their own thing.
So let me try to be more clear with it, I suppose. So like it was pretty clear. Well, they added things as they went as well with Mighty Morphin, and then to Theo and Turbo, and in space they changed things to where Dark Spectre is like the ultimate, puppet master behind the scenes with all the villains that we fought. Pretty much. Is there any type of overarching threat in Sentai, or is it just one villain each season? Pretty much.
Yeah, one villain each season.
But then the movie, then they combine with the two teams together, and
Wait, so in the Sentai ones, they combine teams in the movies or something?
Yeah. Each season gets a movie, and it's always a crossover.
Okay, so when we do our crossovers, it's not necessarily like a movie crossover, but I mean that's what they're doing is the movie one. But because it makes more sense in ours, I guess, in a way, except because they didn't have one until Galaxy, when this was the first time they didn't pass the torch of power. They just, there was a new power finally separately came up, and it was like, oh wow, now we can cross over a little bit.
I forgot about the animals, the other animal Sentai that they probably won't do because it's like building blocks. It's kind of very Minecraft, but it's with animals. But animals are from a different dimension, and they come here. And it's very Minecraft. I mean, look at the Zords. They're cubes, basically. They're like little, like
I like it in like Samurai when they're kind of like they're kind of like in their little pet mode or something. Like
those were adorable.
They just like crawl around. I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
But I forgot when they started doing this in the Sentai. When they do the passing the torch, it's always in the last episode where you see the Red Ranger or whatever it is go up to the new one and kind of do a handshake or whatever. I forgot when they started doing that, but
right now I've seen a lot of those clips where they'll have that happen, or they like literally shake and like go, okay, you're the new Ranger, cool. I kind of wish in the American versions when they do crossovers that they'd have an older team like have doubt with the newer team. Like, I kind of wish that Tommy, for example, would kind of see a newer team and kind of go, I don't know. And like, have a little bit of doubt. And I think that'd be kind of cool to see reactions of that. Like, oh shit, Tommy don't think we're good Rangers. What? And then it's like, that'd be interesting dynamic is all.
Well, it's like, I hate to say in the comics, but in the comics where they are putting the idea of Aisha and Adam and Rocky, that a little bit of like we may not be good enough. They're a little bit cocky, but they're insecure. They're really filling that out, not just like, hey, we all get along because we got to because of the story. That they're really filling that out of branching them out as individual characters, and just because you're the Yellow Ranger, you're best friends with the Pink Ranger, and so yeah.
I feel like they tried to have Adam and Rocky have some doubt with themselves a little bit in the show,
especially Adam.
Yeah, Adam, he had real confidence issues with it, but and Aisha just seemed more shocked that they're Rangers. Like, holy crap, we're Rangers
she fangirled out. Yeah, she fangirled.
We're Rangers now. Okay, no, it's all right. They did okay with their transition. I liked, at least in the show, that they did have like a few episodes prior to them doing the transfer. I mean, it was obvious who they were going to pick to switch, and that was really when they only interacted with Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy for the most part. The other Zach and them were never on screen really, or they would reuse footage from something else and show Jason or something and Trini. I was like, what the? Oh my god! The voice obviously wasn't Jason for most of the time, unless it was a reused footage or a voiceover of him doing something. And I was like, man, they're really trying to be sneaky with this. And they're like, okay, we got to split up the teams here. And then they have the three, Zach, Trini, and Jason, get frozen or something. And
Wait. Angelus, once you guys watch more, I want to know what everyone's Ranger Dream Team is. 6 Rangers, no overlap on characters if they play multiple Rangers. Oh my goodness.
once you guys watch more, I want to know what everyone's Ranger Dream Team is. 6 Rangers and no overlap on characters if they play multiple Rangers.
Yeah, so basically Tommy. There can't be a whole team of Tommies. Because you can do that.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, I feel like in a way it'd be kind of a cop out. I feel like Wes, Jen, and Eric would be half the team. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I'd probably pick Cam from. Well, no, I don't know if I'd pick him. Maybe he's up there for one of the ones I'd pick.
I mean, Jen,
I would do 6. It's difficult to pick just 6.
Man.
Pick out 6 of them.
no Tommy. Not at all.
See, it's Jason David Frank. Tommy, that's too obvious a choice to me, so I wouldn't pick him.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I would
choice.
pick Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll keep numbers for you. 1,
what's
2.
his name? Oh, what's his name? I can't remember. Dude in Jungle Fury. He looks like Billy Ray Cyrus, and he wears a badge.
RJ?
Oh, RJ. Okay, yeah, RJ.
Okay.
All right, I got 3.
Cool. It was really cool.
I got 3. Then I would pick. Shoot. I would pick green guy from Time Force.
Trip.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names. I can picture their face perfectly in my mind. I just can't remember the damn name.
He had a green jewel on his head.
Yep. And then I would pick. I would pick Ben.
Ben?
Or no. Well, what's his name? Shit.
Ben Kenobi.
But original Blue Ranger, I think.
Billy.
Billy. Okay.
Ben.
I was close. I
don't think we've had a Ben yet.
That should be a meme. Just
Yeah.
Ben the Blue Ranger.
Okay, one more.
Oh gosh, I don't remember her name, but
You thinking Kira from Dino Thunder?
no, I already picked Kira.
I already did.
She was in SPD and she was brown haired.
Oh, Sid.
Oh, Sid.
Sid,
No,
yeah,
Sid,
Sid. All right, there. 6.
No, Sid was pink. And she was
No, wait.
I think she was yellow, wasn't she?
Wait. Who's the?
Z was yellow.
Oh yeah, Z.
Oh, Z was yellow. Maybe Z.
Sid was short for Sydney. And she was Pink Ranger.
Oh,
And she was a blonde. And remember her ability? She could, whatever she touched, she could manipulate it into her skin.
yeah.
Like, skin of diamonds and all that.
Yeah, all right. So there, that's my dream team right there.
Let me see. For me, Jen from Time Force. Let me see if I go most recently. I like gosh, I can't think of his name from Dino Charge, the Purple Ranger. Gosh, the
Here, I'll help you.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
Can't help you there. Haven't seen that one.
How dare you? Dino Charge. It's either a C or a K.
Zach. He's a psychomaniac. I don't know.
Oh, Kendall. Her name is Kendall.
Yep, Kendall.
Her. Let me see. See, I'm going very much the girls here. The girl from Jungle Fury. Liked her. And let me see. Jack from SPD. Actually, Bridge from SPD. I like them both. My final one. Oh gosh, that's hard. Because I kind of like I haven't picked a sixth ranger yet. I gotta look, guys.
Mhm.
Lily is the Jungle Fury chick, so
I like the Jungle Fury.
yeah, I like it too. I think Samurai and Jungle Fury, like those are the two series. I'm like, yeah, this is it right here. This is it.
What's her face from Dino? What? Not her face, but his face. Dino Thunder.
Thinking the blue one or the red one, the white one?
Red one. I did like him.
I want to say Connor.
What?
like
Wait,
him.
from Dino Thunder? Or?
I did like him.
I
did
want
like
to
him.
say Jace. No, not. No.
Tommy's allowed. Oh yeah, Angel Straven. Buttery.
Huh.
So what was your 6?
Connor from Dino Thunder.
No, I mean, what was your 6? Your total?
Jen. Kendall. Jack. Bridge. I forgot who my 5th was. Shoot. The chick from Jungle Fury.
Lily.
Yeah. And
name is Lily. No.
Lily. And Connor from Dino Thunder.
Okay, yeah, and then mine were Antonio, Trip,
Antonio from what?
Antonio from Samurai, and Trip from Time Force, RJ from Jungle Fury, Sid from SPD,
Mm-hmm.
Kira from Dino Thunder. What the fudge did I pick for 6? I don't remember.
I had a slight crush on Bridge. I think that's why I picked him.
Interesting.
Okay, rookie. What's
Or
your
maybe
6?
I just picked 5. Oh my goodness.
You picked 6. I was counting.
Oh no! Wait. Original Blue Ranger. Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, Billy. You thought it was Ben, right?
Yeah, Ben. I was like, who's Ben?
I
All
was close.
Okay, rookie.
right. I would pick definitely. All right. So my knowledge mostly goes. I've seen some of Jungle Fury. I've seen Mystic Force. That's pretty much the latest ones that I saw. So I'm picking mostly from the original era.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen the newer ones. So I'm not going to pick Tommy because that's an obvious one. I'll pick TJ, the Turbo Red Ranger.
Oh yeah,
Ranger. He was a good one, good on his feet. I'd also pick Billy. 'Cause he had a huge smarts. He pretty much built Zords for Zeo and helped alien ones out and stuff. So he's a big asset on the team. Definitely. I would pick Jen, but I feel like Wes or Eric would be good. I'm going to pick Wes because he's got that optimisticness with him for that. And then I'd pick the Yellow Ranger from Wild Force. She was
Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, she was pretty good. And then let's see, going to Galaxy. I'd pick Leo, the Red Ranger from Galaxy. He, wasn't chosen to be the Ranger, and he's had a lot of doubt and had to work his way up to it, and was all good for sacrificing for that stuff. So I'd pick him as one, and then Wild Forest, Storm, all those ones. SPD. I don't know. I picked Doggy Kruger, but I feel like he's kind of OP.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick him. I was like, that's very OP.
Yeah, so, and he's got a wisdom and stuff, but it's like on this team, I don't think he'd do good.
No.
Really. I'd say, in a way, I just kind of want to pick Carter from Lightspeed Rescue because he was also he was the kind of one that wanted to make sure everyone's safe during the huge monster battles and stuff, and all the fights, trying to make sure the people are good.
Yeah, it's like, you kind of looked at me weird when I said Bridge, but if you think about Bridge, he
was the brains of that group.
He was the brains, but he was also the at times the rock, the emotional rock, because he's always going to everybody saying, "Hey, are you okay?" and all that kind of stuff. So I really felt that with Bridge, and of course,
it's just I forgot about him for a second.
Yeah.
I just think of him upside down.
Yeah, and buttering. But yeah, in the one episode, Always a Ranger, he became SPD Red. So,
yeah,
the Black Dino, Yellow Ninja, Green Ninja, Gold Dino Charge, yeah, Shadow, and Purple. Wow, that's very OP there. And we said no Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we broke our rule. You broke the rule that we set up, Angela. So you have to pick somebody else. Nope, Tommy.
So yeah, I was trying not to use a bunch of 6 Rangers. That's okay.
Yeah, it is, but that was on the fly.
Yeah, a lot of mine was on the fly too. But it for me, I don't know why. I guess it's a little bit of my Sailor Moon fangirlish. I want a whole team of just Girl Rangers, because I honestly I would love to see that.
That's something. I'm surprised they haven't done an episode like that or something, where they get a bunch of different ones. That'd be a good 2-parter or something. Having some of the female Rangers do something somewhere. They had a Forever Red episode, so I don't see why they wouldn't do one where there's just random.
I'm like, why not Forever Pink or because that has been tossed around as doing a Forever Pink episode.
Like even if it was like a mix of the just different colors of the women too, that'd be fine, I guess. Why not?
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to use no Sentai footage. I mean, it's just make a good story. Why would they all together? I mean, now that dimensions are starting to merge and all that with Shattered Grid and and all that, why not?
I said, let me think to replace Tommy with Red Space Ranger. So he'd get Andros.
Andros? Seriously?
See, Andros is all right, but ultimately, I mean, I don't know.
He was a douche.
He was a good as far as a solo ranger, I guess, but as a team, no. And even by the end, I'd say no. Like that's why I picked TJ, because TJ was, even though he was the Blue Ranger on that team, stepped down as the leader. He still had the leader mentality with his team, so I like that. Like even when he was injured with the Psycho Rangers and stuff, he's still trying to find out the smartest way to tackle them rather than go head on or something. So I was like, that's why I like TJ. Andros he's all right. He likes his sister and stuff, but I don't know. Do you think too at the end of In Space that would have been much more impactful if it was either Jason or Tommy that had to take down Zordon to win or something instead of Andros?
Honestly, I think maybe with Jason.
That's what I say, Jason especially, because he was the one that was, everyone else was leaving in the first episode to go. He was like, I'm kind of curious about this, but I don't know. And, and they became leader and then left. And
maybe, who knows? Maybe they toyed around with the idea. They'd be like, oh my gosh, we don't want the fandom to hate us if we kill Jason or Tommy.
Well, they didn't kill Andros when they did it.
But I'm just talking about the idea.
Right.
Because, a writer's room, whatever an idea starts really buzzing around, they jump on top of it.
Well, I'm sure that they couldn't afford to get them back anyway for the In Space finale because they were almost shut down anyway at that point. And I feel like that episode would have been cooler if they could have had a few cameos from other Rangers in the final battle as the people, but I know why they couldn't. Either, that would have been good. But they Bulk and Skull, lead the humans to, fight. I like that. Like, let's get in there, everybody. Come on. Yeah. Ranger too. They've always had our backs for years, and we got to have theirs now. And it's like, sometimes you can't. They won't be here, so gotta be ready to fight. I like that. The goofballs of the group were able to, stand up and be brave.
And again, I really love that. I keep forgetting the actor Bulk, but with Hyperforce, he gets to live out his dream.
Used to be the Yellow Ranger.
As a security, like chief of security of where the Time Force, because that's where it starts with. It's the actual academy or wherever where Time Force is, and these bunch of students get, as you would say, mixed in. And but yeah, if you can look up what the storyline for that is, because they have a lot of the original actors. But yeah, honestly, it's like, I think even like I think the character's name is Jack the Yellow Ranger. He actually goes and pilots the Griffin Zord with Aisha in the cockpit. So it's just like, we were talking about, why can't we have an animated show wherever? Come on, let's do it. Hasbro, you have the money. Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you got the money.
Make a Power Rangers Barbie crossover.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Top 3.
Mm-hmm.
What are your most favorite / memorable villains in Power Rangers, or at least what you've watched?
I feel like Ransik is up there as top 3. Instinctively, I would say Lord Zed. His entrance, Bootarita out and just like, oh, I'm the ultimate master here, and whatever. Goldar, you simply coward, whatever. Get over here. Yeah, Zordon's a little bitch. I'm gonna take his swords out. It's like, holy shit, whoa, bro, slow down, no.
Yeah.
His buddy sucked, but he was cool. So Ransik for sure. Zed's a maybe. This is what comes to mind first. The in space one kind of sucked because they had cool story background, but as far as just a villain, no. The Wild Force one, he had lots of good backstory, but he's not. Yeah. I don't know if he's what I consider to be one of the best villains, but he did have great story.
Yeah, just like what's your favorite?
I know, but when it comes to me, I consider all these things. The Lightspeed Rescue one, oh god, that one was pretty bad with the villains. Anyway, the demons, they didn't really have much motivation other than take over. But that's pretty common, I guess. And if you guys have ones that come to mind, speak up, because I'm trying to run through these. Trakina was okay as a villain, but I don't know if she'd be a favorite. I liked how she started out kind of weak. She didn't really know how to fight or anything, and then she had a guy teach her how to fight, so that was a good aspect. Astronema. I say Astronema.
Well, I actually loved the two from Jungle Fury, because they were students and they became evil, and you know who I'm talking about, right? Riot.
Yep.
Yeah, I
watched it. I watched enough. Was that Daichi or something?
Yeah,
well, Jared / Daichi, and then Elisa, I think.
And that whole story thread, and how they ascended to the Phoenix, and their spirits and all that, and I absolutely love that. Of getting more later on.
Oh, it doesn't have to be main villains. He said Psycho Rangers and Dark Honda.
Oh yeah, the Psycho Rangers. Oh, come on.
Okay, I was just thinking of the main ones.
No.
You don't. It doesn't have to be main.
You can count the generals or just an everyday one in there. Okay, that changes it up. Psycho Rangers is definitely up there.
Yeah,
too, but I don't know. I'd say Psycho. I don't know. There's specific ones because they had different personalities with it. I'd say Psycho Pink caused the death of a ranger for one. So I'd say that the Psycho Pink maybe, because that caused the first death in Power Rangers pretty much. Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, I gotta admit, like, Daichi is definitely up there, because I think out of all the villains I viewed, like out of all the series I've watched, like, he's the one who just kept beating the Rangers down over and over and over again. Like, I mean, seriously, at the beginning of the series, Daichi just won. He won.
Oh, okay, so hold on. I watched maybe
and they lost everything.
Hold on. I watched maybe 5 or so episodes of Jungle Fury, and I don't know, the gist I got was that he's like, I am this evil force, and then the Rangers just kind of keep on beating everything he throws at them, and he's like, but I'm still really evil. And I mean, that happens all the time, but does he get better later or something? Because
he took everything from the Rangers.
Yeah,
they lost their livelihoods, their families. Like, I mean, in a couple of episodes, Daichi actually takes control over the older Rangers, including one of their dads.
I'm saying at what
Manipulated them like puppets.
Hold on, I'm saying at what point does this happen? Because then I said 5 episodes in, he does not seem that interesting.
Okay. This is after RJ becomes a regular part of the team.
Yeah.
So that's after quite a few episodes, I imagine.
Yeah. So
The first 5 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude, I remember that. Like, he was torturing them. They were in pain. They were in pain.
Yep.
Like,
in the first 5, he doesn't really meet them up front. He just sends the guys after them, and they get beat a lot in the first few episodes.
Keep watching.
Yeah, you gotta watch the whole thing.
No, I understand, but the way you're saying it was at the beginning he tortures them, and I'm like, I don't.
No. I wasn't talking about that. I was saying like when like Daishi first comes in the world, he wins.
Mm-hmm.
He wins against them,
and
like all he just wants is them to be destroyed. Like he's got everything he wants at the start.
See, Rookie.
What's his goal again? Because I'm remembering the first episode. They're at the training thing in the academy, and the students, and then they knock over the chest or something, and the evil spirit comes out, and that takes over the kid, and then the servants of him or something arise out of nowhere, and then he's just like, now I'm going to attack the city, and then the Rangers end up becoming a thing, and then he's like, oh shit, gotta fight them now. And that's pretty much the gist I got from this, from that. Like up to episode 5, it was pretty generic. So I'm curious to see when it changes then. Because
Angelus is right. It always starts off slow, so you just got to keep going.
Okay. It's just sometimes sometimes there's generic. Sometimes they'll stay generic. Sometimes, so with some shows, I know it can improve, but it's just I was getting a little disappointed at first, and like, man, it's already like 5 or 6 episodes in, and it's just like not showing signs of the villain improving.
I think almost every Power Ranger villain starts out with just sending monsters in to fight people like that.
I suppose, but I mean, some show dynamics that there's more to their character, like Rancic, for example, or Astronema. They're not just simply as they are. The interactions they have with their other villains.
Yeah, and then later on, Fury goes on, like sort of like he has. Like Daishi is basically 2 personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Jared just starts melting into him almost. Like they're kind of like weirdly like bonding almost. Like kind of like they're like 2 sludge pits and they're like sludging together almost. So it's kind of like he becomes sort of like weirdly unstable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just got to get through that first like big arc.
Okay, and I know this might seem odd picks, okay, but just hear me out.
Okay.
So Dai from Power Ranger Samurai. She's very simple, but she's very sweet. I
haven't seen that one. I have no idea who that is.
Okay, well, she is you'll see her almost immediately when you witness the main guy. So she's the one playing the, I guess, ukulele type deal.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's definitely just like a very tragic character, and like she basically gave up her humanity to save the one she loved. But then the main bad guy, his name escapes me at this moment. Then he like erases all memory of her from the planes, that plane of existence. So then she's stuck there basically. And I like the way she's like, it's mostly not really that she's that complex, but it's mostly just due to the way she acts and the way she presents herself and the way she speaks that I love. Like it's almost like a very callous type of tone. Like she's sounding sometimes like a callous mother. Almost like that it seems like she wants to help you, but then she also wants to break your spine at the same time.
It's pretty good.
And then the other one that I like a lot, that also might seem like an odd pick. I don't remember her name, but I remember she had a very unique thing where she's this little girl all dolled up, and then she turns people into dolls.
Oh, it was
And she's like in a dark room, but with a bright spotlight on her. And there's this weird alien guy.
Was that SPD?
I think that was SPD, but I don't remember.
It was like a prison or this room or something.
Yeah. It was like her own like dollhouse. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah, the daughter of Grum made a monster that turns people into dolls or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but she was like a little girl. I think she was like in a blue dress and like bows and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they had the future Omega Ranger as the kid or something with powers, like befriend her or something for a bit.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then like one of the Rangers got turned into one of her dolls and stuff like that.
That was I think. Yeah, was it? Or no, I don't remember.
Yeah, like that's why I like her as well. Like same reasoning, just like the way she acts and the way she speaks. It's like very creepy, you know. I was like, oh my goodness, I love it.
Mora? No, not Mora. Wait a minute.
No.
Yeah, it's Mora.
Mora?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. She has like an adult form and then a kid form.
She prefers being the kid or something.
Yeah.
She's powerful as the adult.
Mora or Morgana. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good episode in that season too with like a samurai monster or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are my top 3. So.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I mean, Wild Force. I mean, it wasn't.
Zanaku, if he counts as one, I mean that's a good option too.
Yeah, those two were.
Goldar was pretty fun too. As a general.
Yeah, as a general, I mean, before he went goofy, especially when they were more original footage of Goldar. But yeah, but original Goldar, Sentai Goldar, I would say was really good.
I loved his dynamic, and I liked how he had the first time he met Tommy was with Tommy being the evil Green Ranger on his team, and then he's like, "Come back to our side, man," and fight for evil once more, and it's like, dude, that was pretty good. His dynamic with Tommy and stuff too, their rivalry kind of was pretty cool for a while. Yeah. I liked when he had Tommy trapped, and he's like, "You're losing your powers. You must have saved your friends about 100 times," and whatever. And he's like, "Nah, man, I'm still gonna get you. No human can ever defeat me." And it's just like, holy.
Isn't he like trapped in like a weird like glass thing?
They're always like in his dark dimension or something.
Yeah, the dark dimension. Yeah, with the
he was like trapped in like this like wine glass type deal. Like
there's always fog on the ground.
yeah. I'm just like this looks like a weird techno 80s set or something.
Like the monster that new Blue Ranger from.
He's referring to the one that basically destroyed Wes, that destroyed his dad. That was in a prison cell, and he escapes the reflections, and he gets him to remember his dad being killed. He turns around, and then he sees the tear dropping. That's the reflective surface to escape from, or something. And it was like that was a good moment too. And, that was a good tie-in to Time Force in a way with Wes anyway. Like Wes and his morphine technology and stuff are what helped make SPD in the first place. Which in a way, SPD is its own spinoff too. Because it's not in the same continuity of Time Force. Because in Time Force, they had perfect humans or something, and then they had the mutants and stuff. But they
year 3000.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that like in SPD, it's year like 2025, and they have like it's a haven for aliens and stuff. Yeah. Like the mentality is different in comparison, and
the gap between that changed it all too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as the technology too, I mean, if it wasn't for Time Force, SPD wouldn't exist. Probably is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Time paradox.
So, and if that's the case, we're almost to the SPD time zone in the normal time anyway. Mm-hmm. And where's Wes and what's he doing? He should be dead by now. If it was Sky when he was a little kid, so I think that's its own alternate universe as well in a way.
It's a paradox.
Yes,
it's all timey-wimey.
Hello, Sith Lord.
Yep. What's up, Sithy boy? What's up? Goldar fighting Jason in the Shadow Zone or whatever as a kid was awesome.
It was that green candle. What was it that if it went out, it would.
Then his powers were out. It was like tied. Yeah, and all of them pretty much have their power coins measured by a candle or something, which is weird. And somehow the villains can get it.
Too, I remember that.
Yeah, but I remember Jason fails to save Tommy's thing, and that was a good dramatic thing too, because it gave Jason doubt later from him losing his powers. So those are pretty good episodes. But I think that about is going to wrap it up. It's been about 2.5 hours here right now, and
I am at 11:30.
Yep. This has been fun, and next weekend, I'm thinking next weekend, maybe the one after, I don't know, is when Angela Straven and I might get together and start a stream. We're the trouble with us is that we're trying to figure out where to start from, because it just goes way back, and I know more about Beetleborgs right now. He's learning now. He's watching it on Netflix, so he'll catch up. And I'm trying to learn more about some Sentai stuff because I don't know as much about that and whatnot. So we're getting there, and that's going to be a action-packed stream. I feel like when we get.
By the way, Riot, have you seen my shirt?
No, I have not. That is adorable.
Yep.
That is adorable. That's great.
And it's really funny that, talk about the Meow Rangers. I think they're actually in the comics too, so they're canon.
Alrighty. Well, do you guys want to plug anything or say anything about your channels, your last minute things about Power Rangers?
Well, I will always love Power Rangers. It was like one of my first fandoms, really. I think it was like Power Rangers and then Sailor Moon, so kind of back to back about the whole team thing. So that's why I'm very teams and color coordination. But I am coming back in April. You will see me. I'm going to start streaming when it comes out. Final Fantasy VII Remake. So
sweet.
You guys come see my channel. I'll probably do 2-3 hours at a time. So, and despite what people say about the algorithm and everything, I don't care. I'm keeping them up. About keeping those streams up. So I hope you see you guys, and I love you all. I can't wait to be back.
Hell yeah, sounds good. Looking forward to it. And what about yourself, Riot Kitty?
Well, I've got a channel myself. I'm looking to stream Monday just as a spring break celebration, and then trying to get the rest of my backlog, and so I am free from the guilt of it being wiped from existence. And yeah, so Power Rangers, honestly, Jungle Fury, love that one. It's great. It's probably my favorite, and I just love all manner of magical girls. Magical girl and boy stuff.
Exactly.
It's just good. Like, I'm not really a big fan of Sailor Moon, but I've been getting into Pretty Cure, and then this other. I
love Pretty Cure.
And then I've been rewatching this absolutely insane one. It's called Little Puri, and it's like dancing idols, but they're also magical girls.
Oh yeah. I've seen animated gifs of that. Yeah. I'll see and
it's ridiculous, but it's amazing at the same time. So that's it for me. So
all right,
Pretty Cure one day.
I'm watching Pretty Cure a la mode, and it's basically just dessert themed magical.
Yeah, it's dessert themed animals, magical girls.
And I'm just like, wow. Well, this is fun. It's basically like they transform based on the happiness from desserts. I'm like, you know what? This is amazing, right?
Yeah.
I've seen Dragon Ball Super parody that as well as Sentai with some of their stuff. So that's it's a funny thing.
Thank you, Angela Straven.
Yep. Thank you guys for coming around here. Angelus, Culture Casino. I was going to say something else on accident, but thank you for coming by, Sith Lord. There was Keely here earlier, and Wookiee Supremacy, Teresa, everybody that stopped by. Thank you very much.
Oh, and by the way, everybody resubscribe to my channel because of things that I did. I need people to resubscribe. So you guys won't see the stream until unless you subscribe to the channel again. So sorry about that.
Oh yes, all good. Thank you guys for coming by.
It's Rita. She's escaped and she's attacking the planet.
Ay, what do we do?
Teleport to us 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
No, not that! Not teenagers!
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword!
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!